Right.
You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
Hey guys, looks like your free ride's over, huh? Have fun living on the streets.
Okay, cool. Good chatting, you guys.
I'm doing good. Happy to be here. I've just distinctly noticed the chat has not requested that I have any babies, and I want to know what's up.
Partly so.
You are
Partly
quite.
so.
Am I not good enough that you want a copy of me? What's going on,
Hey,
guys?
Theo, where's the
I think
Mrs.
the
Snodgrass?
problem is, Theo, the chat assumes that you already have several out there. You just don't know
Okay,
about.
all right.
Come on. Speaking of alone, Strider's here too.
That was foul. That was foul.
I got my birthday. I turned 35, so that's fun.
Oh, holy
but
shit! Happy birthday!
youngin.
Thank you.
Birthday.
I made my own birthday cake, which is the first time I've ever done that. So I have an entire what's called poke Jello cake. If you know what that. I'm actually excited about it. Fuck you.
I was trying so hard not to say anything.
Bro, that is the saddest shit I've ever heard. Don't ever tell anybody that.
No, I'm
And when I say I made my own
so
cake, I
bummed out
basically
now.
just ate frosting out of the pot with a spoon.
Bro,
No,
just lie
actually,
about
fuck
that
you,
shit.
because I got an entire Jello cake to myself to eat for the next 2 weeks, and I am so happy.
That
about
sounds
it.
Sad. You're going to be eating cake alone for 2 weeks.
Now.
You just made it sound worse than what it already is.
How did you get in here? I'm here. Here for you. Me? Chocolate cake? Game Boy? And me.
I would do a horror movie on the killer's perspective where he's trying to kill these guys, but they end up arguing and killing each other first. Before
Oh my god!
All taking place on Spirit Airlines.
Here's the thing.
Worse
That's a
than Thought
great
Wars.
fucking idea.
Yeah. Well, like, I hate black people sometimes. So it's the truth.
Yeah, let's go.
Like,
You know what? Society will take that. So let's do that movie. Let's do that one. Green
Like-
and call it the 40%.
I even shop at McDonald's differently than other folks. I was like, okay, this McDonald's got black. No, I'm serious. This McDonald's got black employees, and if I drive a little bit further, there's a McDonald's with white employees. I'm gonna take the extra distance.
First off,
Really?
wait. We're not about to skip past that like you didn't say what you said. How do you shop at McDonald's, dog?
No, I think he meant shopping for the McDonald's.
No, he said I go shop at McDonald's. Like, let me just walk in and get a shopping cart. Oh, McDouble.
Well,
And you're
you know what I
going
mean.
to McDonald's. You ain't wasting the gas money to go farther.
Yes, you are. If you want your if you want your food made right, you take the extra step.
He's out of line, but he's right.
All right, we're back here again. It's Friday, so it's the weekend Rogues Gallery. I hope everybody's used to that change now. Apparently, there's a lot of changes going on in the show. You'll notice that there's some new music. Turns out license codes for free, songs that you can use that aren't even free to begin with. I paid for the damn thing. Those licenses expire, and they're way more expensive after the first time you pay for them. So new music. I was actually working with our friend Darnell on some new music, and I'll have to reach out to him. I tried everything I could to make it work. It was just a little slower paced. It wasn't quite meshing with the intro. So we're going to try a few things out. Also added some clips to the beginning. Hope everybody enjoyed those. And gives everybody time to go to the bathroom before the show starts. So that works too. But anyway, it's Friday. Let's go around the horn and see who all we got here. Looks like somebody dropped off. Who'd we lose?
Strider.
Oh, Strider. Okay. Oh, he had to get his hat. Great.
I figured I might as well make it a thing.
Awesome. That's cool, man. Go for it.
Yeah.
Rock it.
It needs to stay a thing.
I agree. I like it. I may or may not be bringing this to Vegas.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and start at the bottom with you, Strider. How's your week going? I know you're a little hard to get a hold of these days. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah. So I have been hacked. My Twitter account has been hacked, and I think we all know who it is. And yeah, so it's weird. I tried to log in, and it said, we logged you out, locked your account for suspicious activity. I'm like, that's weird. I haven't been on Twitter for the past 3 days. I've been out of town for a funeral. What's going on? And so they said, yeah, I need to restart. I need to redo my password. So I go in to try to redo my password, and my email is not even connected to my account. So someone logged in, someone hacked my account, changed my email somehow, and I also changed my password because now I can't get in. And I've been trying to get a hold of Twitter support for 4 days. That's fun.
Oh, good luck with that. Yeah. That is going to be a hassle, man. I'm sorry that happened. Well,
I will. Someone else may appear. My doppelganger may appear. Not me for plausible deniability. Okay. But my doppelganger may make a reappearance, and he will speak on my behalf.
I was wondering why you just suddenly started sending me feet pics and crypto scam links. So
yeah, be on the lookout. If it's someone who looks like me, it's my alter ego. It is not me.
Gotcha.
Guys,
sorry, man, that guy needs more things to do.
It's cryptocurrency, but like you have to you fish for it in cocaine, and kids getting taken away from me.
Dude.
Well, we got Nate here too. What's going on, Nate?
Not much, man. I'm actually feeling pretty good today. These past couple days have been some of the best days I've had in a couple weeks. But
well, good. I'm just good to hear it, buddy.
Just happy to be here with you guys tonight.
All right. Well, we'll only bully you like 50%, and then maybe go 75 as the night goes on, but we'll never go 100. I promise. So
it's okay. You do it. You do it out of love anyway. I'm pretty sure. So
right. Vaughn Coleman, who just closed out Phenomenova 2. What's going on, man?
Yeah, again. Again, I think we're gonna not do 3 campaigns next time, but I just signed off on the printing for 2, so we're good to go. Basically, I signed off on the order, and so that's been fun. And now we're moving on to the next thing.
Nice.
It's been good. Allie and I have her book that we're doing, so the grind never stops.
I want to talk about that tonight.
But yeah, it's been good, man. It's good to finally just.
You're young. You can rest. In about 25 years.
Yeah.
25 years.
Yeah.
That's about a good.
Yeah.
And then only, somewhat.
Only sometimes.
Never stop stopping.
Oh, yeah.
Well, good, man. I am extremely looking forward to that. I've been singing the praises of that first book. It really blew me away. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be watching the mail over the next few weeks.
Sounds
anticipating good. That, especially since I accidentally bought 2. So it's fine. Like it. No. And like I said, I would have just, canceled the order or done something, but I actually do want to send the additional 1 and 2 I have coming to my little brother, because I do think he'll dig that. All right. And Theo Snodgrass, what's going on, my friend?
What's up, man? Happy to be here. I do comment about the clips at the beginning. I resent this insinuation that I'm just like leaving it in all over town. I'm actually
You said that
Jeez.
last time.
I wonder where we'd get that idea.
I'm
bud.
a very respectable gentleman, actually. I do appreciate that all of my babies were racially diverse. That's
okay, Glenn Quagmire.
Nice kid. Appreciate how progressive I am. I'm
Theo
happy to
walks
be
out of
here.
his
Very
house
excited.
Don't worry, you won't start getting the child support claims until you've become a little bit more successful.
Yeah,
Then they'll
dude, that's
come
what I'm worried
droves.
about.
So
See, you are worried about it.
I look.
He was like, "Are they onto me yet?" I hope not.
And our producer and my wife, Selena. How are you doing?
I'm good. Just getting stuff together and watching the chat. Thank you for being here. And that's about it. Let's have a good
Awesome.
show.
And we are joined by our very special guest, first time on the show, Lady Allie. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Anybody that's not already subscribed to your channel, which you should be, I'll put the link in the thing in a minute.
Well, my name is Allie, and I was just distracted because my back door is telling me that someone's in my backyard, but there's nobody there, and it's freaking me out. Yeah, I'm a writer and an editor and proofreader and sleeper.
Should I get you an EMF
Awesome. So
meter,
did you help
just in
did
case?
you help our friend Vaughn with any of the editing on his books?
Not officially.
No, but we're gonna do. But for the upcoming one, I'm gonna need her to edit the hell out of me, probably.
Now I've been following your guys' anthology, and I apologize. I thought it was I thought that people would submit it, and it was kind of like a contest for which ones were accepted into it.
Well,
or
it's going to
do you
be,
just pick the
right?
ones that are good?
Well, we're not gonna, unless all of them are really good. We probably won't accept every single one, but it's not
Sorry,
that
man.
it's a contest. Like,
Yeah.
everyone who is accepted does get payment after fulfillment. So.
Yeah, but we got to make sure we
and
hit
a
that
copy.
goal. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Honestly, I'm surprised. I didn't even know that the payment was involved. I was just hoping for the get the submission out. Though I'm kind of like whenever I start writing something, I'm not very good at it, and it takes me a really long time, and then I get frustrated and start over. So I haven't had anything to submit yet.
That's good.
Nate. Nate
Hopefully, if
writes.
this one does well, we can do more in the future. Like, let's hope this one does well.
Yeah, we
and
want to
enough
do
people
more.
want it. 'Cause this
Master
is fun.
Hobo in there is saying to write like Stephen King. If you write like Stephen King, you're automatically out.
What?
I will not accept.
Wait,
like Stephen King.
Are we talking about one book in particular? I think Iron knows which one I'm talking about.
Now I've got a
All
love-hate
his
thing with
books are the
Stephen King. I agree with that. With the exception of maybe The Dark Tower, but even that went on way longer than it needed to.
I like the Mist of
Oh, exactly like
The Dark Tower is derivative, and he's not
Oh,
a good
yeah.
writer.
Damn.
I need
Now-
to read his books, but I mean, some of my
No, you
favorite
don't.
movies. Well, I need it for my own opinions.
No, you don't.
All right. Well, I think
Vaughn, I like her.
So,
Vaughn,
Vaughn, that
j-
shit
j-
down immediately. You
j-
do not need your own opinions, Vaughn. I grew up on Stephen King, so
all
it's a
Vaughn's
little hard for me to.
All Vaughn's opinions are trash.
Whoa!
Wow.
Finally definitely something we can agree on. Yeah.
Okay.
I enjoy the part where Vaughn gets bullied. I like that.
It's funny. He's got such a big smile on his face. I
know.
think he's into this shit. So
On to wipe it off.
A fellow man of culture, I see. Okay.
No, Theo, I'm never like you, dude.
Vaughn's like,
Never
scold
like you.
scold me again for my taste, please.
Yeah.
All right. So because my favorite movie is The Shawshank Redemption, which is
Great
based
movie.
on a Stephen King
Great
novella.
movie.
You know, I
That's
stand
your
by me.
favorite movie
Yes.
of all time.
Are you kidding?
What?
No, you are not knocking Shawshank. Are you out of your mind?
Of all time, of every
Yes.
movie ever.
It is the greatest film ever made. Yeah.
I would agree. And IMDb would agree with you as well.
I mean, it's a great
Back
movie.
when that
I wouldn't
mattered.
say it's the best movie ever.
All right. What's
made.
better?
Oh, it's a top 5 for sure.
What's better?
Yeah.
Dude?
Labyrinth.
Labyrinth. I haven't seen Labyrinth yet.
Return.
Yeah, that's why Shawshank Redemption is your favorite movie,
All
because
right,
you
so
haven't
it's-
seen Labyrinth.
All right, so
or
then
I
it's
bet
the-
you haven't seen Legend either.
I have not seen Legend. No.
There you go. Now shut up.
Hold on.
I
You
personally
and
prefer-
Arza, man, young guys who haven't seen shit.
I've seen a lot of movies, just not those two in particular.
Those are two big ones. They're
Green
staples
Mile
of
is
fantasy.
better than Shawshank Redemption.
Yes, I was just getting ready to
Green
say
Mile is
that.
great.
love
I don't
the
know if
Green
it's
Mile.
it's really good.
It's 1,000 times better, and it's still, and that's saying a lot, since I hate Stephen King. And what the hell's that guy's name? Who's
Michael
in it?
Clark Duncan,
Forrest
Tom
Gump.
Hanks.
No,
Tom
whoever-
Hanks.
Oh, Tom Hanks.
Yeah,
Tom Hanks.
and he sucks too, and that movie's still good.
Now, you
Barry
can't really
Pepperell and Sam-
see
Sam
both
Worthington.
of those movies are
Shawshank
good.
Redemption.
Stephen
Shut
King
the
wrote
fuck
the
up.
books, but Frank Darabont was the director. So
Yeah, and
really,
Wait,
I
Vaughn,
think
so
he
wait,
deserves
wait.
the credit.
Yeah.
I would
am
agree.
am I allowed to say? Okay, isn't the main character subjected to something
Yes.
by force?
Yes.
Struggle Snuggle by Forrest. Yes,
So
indeed.
your favorite movie of all time
This is where we're taking.
Jesus
has
Christ.
that in it.
Yes. It's to
Then you
show
then
that
you might as well just
Andy
no.
Dufresne
No.
crawled
Then you
through a
might as
river
well
of
just tell
shit
me
and came
you might
out
as well-
clean on the other
no.
side. It's a metaphor for the triumph of the human
A
spirit.
metaphor.
That is
You
what
might
it's
as well
about.
just tell me that
Through
Joker 2
perseverance
is your favorite movie.
and indomitable
because it happens in
spirit.
that
Wow.
It is personal. It is the ultimate triumph of the human condition. That is what the Shawshank Redemption is.
Now,
They're showing
wait, whoa.
that
You're
there is
saying this is
something in
personal.
us. There is something in us that they can't
Vaughn,
touch.
Are you okay?
You guys continue. This is great.
Yeah, this is awesome. I love hearing this.
I mean, do you at least does the ending of Shawshank at least not elicit some
Yeah, come
emotion?
on. Like,
Because
It makes no sense. How did the poster get back up?
All right.
That's fair. Well,
How
unless you
did the
like, peel
poster
it.
get back up?
Because
you
the
could
bottom
peel-
part wasn't stapled in.
Yeah, you could peel it from the
Top part.
bottom and slide in and let it fall. But
Yeah.
yeah, and I
No.
get that. But I just
No.
the end though, when Morgan Freeman's on the beach and he sees Andy in the distance, and they finally make it. They're finally free men. The camera zooms out in Mexico, and like Thomas Newman's score just swells, and it just doesn't get a little bit.
Why are they in prison?
Because all right, they're in prison.
Andy was falsely
Andy is in
accused.
prison
Red was
because he
a
falsely
murderer.
accused. Red did murder someone.
Yes,
Who? He did what?
Red
Red
murdered
murdered
somebody.
someone.
He's a murderer.
Yes,
He did.
Then why does he deserve to be out of jail?
Because
He doesn't
redeemed
Why am I
himself.
clapping for this guy
Because
that
he
is in prison?
Because he
And deserves
changed.
to be
The name is in the title of the film, Redemption. He knows
No.
he did something wrong and he vows to be a better man.
No, death penalty.
No.
There's no
Because
vowing
there
to be
was
better.
good inside of him, but he made a terrible, unforgivable crime.
Oh, I'm sure there's good inside a lot of murderers.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was just something else inside his wife, and that's why he was there to begin.
Hitler
with.
loved doggies. Let's
and
all
then
just
and
be
then a
nice
few
to-
more
to-
bullets were inside of her.
Oh, man. All right. Well, so
Man.
you just don't agree with like the themes of the movie?
I don't agree with the whole movie. It didn't need to be made. The acting is subpar too.
That is absurd.
Oh,
that is
okay.
absurd.
Now I gotta push back on that. Yeah, come on. Morgan
know.
Freeman was
Iron,
fantastic
hold
in
on.
that
I'm
movie.
watching Vaughn Coleman get publicly pegged. This is
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of
I
enjoying it,
digress.
so
Just like Andy
don't interrupt.
Dufresne.
All right. Listen.
I wouldn't
this
even
is-
do that.
Whoa.
Jesus.
What would you do? What
All right.
would you do then?
All right, fine. So
What did you
Elaborate.
say?
Nate,
Good God.
Stop it.
Labyrinth.
I'm kidding.
What about? All right, fine. Let's go through. You know what? All right, you said yours. I haven't seen yours. Fantasy. You know, I haven't seen that much fantasy. To be honest, I've seen like Lord of the Rings. Although I didn't
Okay.
finish the third one because we were in school. I know I need to.
You're missing out. There's
I
a
know.
lot of great fantasy from the 80s.
Yeah.
Like you
This is
mentioned
why-
Labyrinth
this
and
is
I've seen
why
Fantasy.
Never Ending
you're-
Story.
Oh,
that was
God.
good.
Oh yeah, you've seen the movie that everybody from the 80s has recommended.
You've seen the movie that traumatized an entire generation. Congratulations.
Well, I've seen other
Wait,
ones.
wait,
Land
wait.
Before Time, that messed that. Dude, the Dark Crystal, that scared the shit out of me.
Okay,
When
now
the crab
that's a good
people
one.
come out of nowhere, I couldn't finish it when I was.
How are we traumatized?
You didn't
from
finish the
Never-Ending
Dark Crystal.
Story?
What's wrong with you?
I was a dumb child that got scared because the crab people murdered everyone. Right? That happened.
He tried to watch it yesterday, you guys. No, how are we traumatized from the Never-Ending Story? I'm actually curious.
There's only one scene where they suck the life
horse.
out of the other creature or whatever.
Yeah, I agree with Allie. I never understood that because it's not your horse.
Oh, Artax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what's worse than the scene in the movie?
What?
Would they kill the horse?
Scene
in
the scene in the book. They didn't kill the
no.
horse. There was a whole,
that's where I thought you
thing
were going.
underneath
Sorry.
it. No. In the book, Artax can talk.
Really?
That makes it worse.
That's worse.
It's much worse because the whole time he's there for his master and everything, and when they're in the swamps of sadness, he sits there and he says, "Just leave me, master. My life is worthless. Please forget me." And for like 3 pages. That's much worse.
That's like a baby though, right?
That's
what's
and
such
you're
a
not
pussy thing to say. Like,
you're
why
not
would
mad
you
because
fucking
it's
guilt
not
trip your friend like that. That's so like limp-wristed. I fucking hate this horse. Back up, bro.
Feels like I hope it gets
Fuck
turned
this
into
horse.
glue and jerky.
It's because, well, the thing is, like, the book, the movie, The Neverending Story, is just like the first 4 chapters of the book. There's 26 chapters.
Right.
So you don't even see most of what is happening in The Neverending Story. It actually contains, similar to Labyrinth, The Neverending Story, the book, contains everything you need to know about how to navigate through life.
See, I didn't even know it was a book. I got to be honest.
Yeah,
I only thought it was a movie too.
It was just a movie I rented the shit out of when I was a kid, and I forgot about by the time I was 13.
Isn't the whole theme is like it's just like recycle a bunch of stories just to keep going, hence it's the never ending story. So they could do a novelization of the film and then do a film version of that novelization and just keep going and going and going and going. It would be within the theme. No? Okay.
No, it's not the same story recycled. The story is different for everyone who reads the book.
Okay. What do you mean?
So you could presumably, I don't know.
How is it different for everyone who reads the book?
Remake this and it would still be, it seems like it would be thematically
because
in line? Am I wrong?
Well, in the movie they call it Fantasia, but in the book it's Fantastica. Because it was originally written in German. They changed it just because it was easier to say. Well, the reason why it's different for everyone who reads it is because everyone who reads it as a human is creating this world with their wishes. So as they're reading it, so it changes. And then the reason why the nothing is destroying the Fantastica / Fantasia is because people in the real world are not wishing anymore. And so you need this child a human child specifically, because they're the only ones who have this like perfect wishing.
I have a question though. In the book, do they ever say what he names the emperor or the empress?
Yeah, you can hear it in the movie too.
I couldn't. Every time I tried it, I try. Is it? I'll have to check it out. Okay.
So what when she grows up? Is she still going to be called Moonchild?
He kind of says it all weird. It's like Moonchild, but it's in the what do you call it? Subtitles.
I always try to put on subtitles and it says unaudible.
Well, yeah, it's in the book, and it was in my subtitles. But yeah, it's in the book, Moonchild, because his mom was a hippie.
Okay.
Based on that whole premise, that doesn't surprise me.
No, not at all.
Well, every child who goes into Fantastica has to rename her. That's why they say you only meet her once, because every time she's kind of born, that's why she's the childlike empress, because she's anew every single time. So as long as you keep renaming her, you could stay in Fantasia but you shouldn't, because the whole actual book is the allegory of a boy growing up and having a better relationship with his father. It has nothing to do with, like, the movie made it like, oh, he's gonna face the bullies, but it's actually about his relationship with his father and dealing with the death of his mother.
Okay,
I've read it like a billion times.
Okay.
I might actually have
like
to
you know
check
your
that
shit.
out, because like I said, I had no idea it was even a book, and I'm surprised I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it has these beautiful illustrations at the beginning of every chapter, because every chapter begins with another letter of the alphabet.
Oh, that's why it's 26
Whoa,
chapters. Oh,
Mhm.
that's it.
Yes.
Wait, how many chapters, Vaughn?
26.
Okay, I thought you said 22 for a minute. I don't know why.
I know how many
Because
letters
you just
there are.
expect him to be wrong all the time.
No.
I heard 22 and I wanted to confirm.
I have a lot of incredibly accurate and based opinions.
Let's say
It's
hi to the
cute
chat
that you
real quick.
believe that.
First in, we got Jack Tarlad. What's going on, buddy? Then we got Diana Gordonier. How's it going? We got Master of Quiz Emily Kruger herself. How is it going? Master Hobo, greetings from the homeless shelter. Is today Wednesday or Friday? I'm so confused. I'm confused too.
Both.
Jason Clinton, what's going on? Let's see who else we got. We got our first ever mod, Blue Eyed Scorpio. What is going on, buddy? We got the morning mayhem. Evening, folks. Evening yourself, dude. Good to see you. BS Warren, what's going on, man? And I think there's Battsauce, probably taking care of the kid, but you're always welcome to join if you have a free moment this evening, man. We got Professor Savage Dad. I don't know where you're at, but good to see you. Again, can jump in. We still got room at the moment. And I think that's everybody for now.
Well, Emily's saying the third movie had the rock biter sing Born to Be Wild. We don't talk about movies 1 and 2.
No, they're garbage.
They're
completely...
garbage, but also they didn't really have much of anything to do with the book at all. So even though the second one had that kid from It in it, like
Jonathan Brandis.
Jonathan Brandis, yeah. Even though the second one had him in it, well, yeah. We don't talk about that either.
You don't like It? Oh, wait, no, you hate Stephen King. Never mind. Yeah,
we were just talking about this, Vaughn. How did you forget?
No.
Let
me clarify.
I stepped on a landmine. All right, here we go.
I think that Stephen King has had a lot of luck in that really good directors and actors have been in movies based on his crappy books. So the first movie, the first part of the very first making of it, because the new one sucked, the one with the kids from the 90s was actually really good. The second half sucks, and then the new one really sucks. But the first one was really good, and it was cute, and Jonathan Brandis did a great job. But it's just all downhill from there. Like, Stephen King is just a guy who did a bunch of cocaine and then got famous really fast because that's what was popular then. And then he got a really good agent who made all his stuff into movies. But the only really good one has Johnny Depp in it. And it's because it's
Secret
Johnny
Window?
Depp. Yeah.
Scare the hell out of you.
There's Chris. I think the best film adaptation and closest to the book I read was Christine.
I haven't seen that one. That's a John Carpenter one, right? I still been meaning
but
to.
I'm biased because John Carpenter is one of my favorite directors.
Yeah, mine too, which is why I'm surprised I haven't seen it.
That's a John Carpenter film. That is not a Stephen King. That is not a Stephen King
Right.
novel.
Well, the best Stephen King movies are ones where the directors have taken a lot of liberties and made his work better on screen.
Yeah, we all
Frank
know
Darabont
why.
did The Mist.
Yeah, I mean Stephen
And
King
the other
said
two,
that Frank Darabont did better with the Shawshank Redemption.
We all know why a certain scene is not included in the It movie, and it is in the book still.
That creeps me
Everyone
out.
knows, and that's part of why it sucks. But his son is actually a talented writer. His son wrote The Black Phone, which is amazing.
That's a good movie. I love that movie.
And in the movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I haven't seen that yet. I've heard that was really good.
Go
It's
see it.
because
Very
he
underrated.
doesn't use his dad's name.
Okay, that's smart.
But in Universal Horror Nights, they did a black phone haunted house, but it wasn't very scary. It was mostly just sad. It's like, I don't want to be in this house, like, and think about all that. Like, it was really sad.
When we went to Universal, what's it called? Halloween Horror Nights?
Halloween Horror Nights.
Halloween Horror Nights, yeah.
When
Halloween
we
Horror
went,
Nights.
the best event they had was for what's it called? The Insidious. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Because
messed me up.
they didn't skip on adding the smells to that. When we walked into the church with all
They
the
had
bodies on the
everything.
pews, holy crap.
It was disgusting.
It was so good.
They had thought of everything. Those houses have unlocked fears in me that I didn't even realize I had.
Oh man, that's how you know they're doing their job right.
Not last year, but the year before, I got so afraid that I actually ran into the wall at one point. Like, I just ran right into the wall because I was trying to get away.
Oh no! Can we just point out that describing
Samuel Edmonds, King is a perv. I'll grant you that. Any flick he retained creative control over blows, but I disagree that every King movie sucks. Yeah, I agree with your statement there. I think there's a lot of good ones, but we can give the directors more credit than Stephen King. And I liked his books growing up, but then I discovered better stuff like Richard Matheson.
Well, and Dean Koontz is a million times more talented.
So underrated, and he gets so much heat for being a shit writer, but he's good.
He's a million. Nobody gives him shit for being a bad writer. What are you talking about?
Oh, I hear it all the time. They compare him. He's just like R.L. Stine. He's a YA writer that's trying to be a horror writer. Blah blah blah. A lot of people in that. Yeah, I've heard that a million times. A lot of people absolutely despise Dean Koontz. I think so too.
Great. But Dean Koontz is a master of suspense, and it doesn't matter what genre he's writing in; it's going to be good. So even if you don't think you'll like it, you have to read the book because everything he writes is great.
I don't think I've read anything by him that I don't like.
I stopped reading a while ago because my attention span is terrible.
I read all the Goosebumps books when I was in middle school. Really good.
Some of those are actually better than a Stephen King book.
Some of them are, which is pretty crazy. Night of the Living Dummy gave me nightmares for years.
See, all y'all are reading fictional horror. I'm reading books about the Third Reich lately, so
I'm still doing that, huh? Buddy. And you're wondering why your Twitter keeps getting hacked.
Yeah, we don't need to hear about Strider's obsession with a certain
I don't have an
period in World War II again.
I don't have an obsession. Like Jordan Peterson, I'm doing an in-depth study of evil. I read Stalin. I read about Stalin first and the rise of Soviet Russia. I'm now on to the next one.
In 2 weeks, he's going to be like, guys, he's making some points here.
No,
I'm a tasteful creep.
Maybe you get kicked out of every country you're ever in. Maybe you're the problem. I don't know.
Are you going to look into every viewpoint on the Holocaust?
It's turning into that kind of stream.
All right.
No.
Lawrence Knight, you son of a bitch. Thank you. You do not have to do this. I love you, buddy. For $50, dude. I went to Halloween Horror Nights 1 year ago and saw a guy flip out over an actor dressed as Jason, busted through a fake wall. The guy pushed his girlfriend in front of Jason and ran into a brick wall.
Deserved, you cowardly son of a bitch. Damn.
Hey.
I've left. So there was one where at the very end you're walking through a cornfield and you can see the exit sign, but it's just this empty open cornfield, and I was already terrified, but I was like, oh my god, I have to run through a freaking cornfield and I know something's gonna come out. And what happened was a freaking giant scarecrow just like emerges from the gloom, and I just left my whole party. Like, I just took off. I was like, you guys can die, I'm gone. And I left them there because I had enough. I get really scared. It's so ridiculous.
Theo Butterscotch.
See, if it's just your
My heart
friends,
was
that's
pounding
fine.
and
They
everything.
Yeah,
friends can fend for themselves as long as you didn't leave a significant other or small
No, I
children that we
didn't.
know of. Oh, okay, never mind.
Like they're sitting with a carving knife.
The guy was dating at the time. I left him there, and he'd been like protecting me, but I was just like, nope, I'm out. I'm done. I'm afraid.
So that'd be me, but with velociraptors.
She
It's
flipped
Lost
the
World.
script on him.
Velociraptors are the size of chickens. Why would you be
Not,
afraid?
not
Just
in the
hunt
Lost
them.
World.
No.
Not in the Lost World. They're not.
Wait.
They're freaky. My dad showed me Jurassic Park way too early.
Wait, hang on. Were they were
Those are Utah
were they?
raptors.
Well, I know, but we know that now. But retroactively, we didn't know they're Utah Raptors.
What?
I did when I was 6 years old and it came out.
Wait,
Really? Because Utah Raptors weren't discovered until late 90s and
Well,
Jurassic.
I knew they weren't velociraptors.
Okay.
The velociraptors
They're
are
the
small?
Yes, they're the size of chickens. Real velociraptors.
What?
Just kick 'em.
Size
They're
of
that
turkey.
small?
Well, a bigger,
I thought
than,
they were
a little bigger
like
than turkeys.
just
They're
smaller
not-
than ostriches, but
Fine.
I'm not very learned.
Turkeys,
So
chickens. They're about
they're
that size.
smaller than you
Could
think, but
have
they're
them-
still pack hunters. The claws could still completely kill you, and
You
they're
could
very
have them
they're
for
very intelligent.
Thanksgiving.
Well, they're
I bet
feathers,
they taste,
so they
I bet
probably
they
taste
taste
good.
like chicken
See,
too.
I was about to say,
I
but
think
they're
it-
delicious.
I think we could survive an apocalypse with dinosaurs easier than zombies because enough starvation and we'll just start eating the fucking dinosaurs. Professor Savage Dad for 2. Watch out for your car as well, Iron. Samuel the Infamous for 20. I forgot y'all are monetized now. Congrats again.
Evely is right. It's Deinonychus.
May your promised offspring grow as rapidly as your channel. Jesus fucking Christ.
Is that joke still going on?
It's never going away until
It
we
will
have
go.
a me,
It will
Iron,
go
Selena.
away with their 10th child.
I don't know what this one means,
10
BS
children.
Warren. Cami no wa, your name is better. I don't know.
Some weeb shit.
No,
Are we
it's
talking
from
about-
an anime.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah,
name.
okay,
is it-
gotcha.
We're talking about traumatic deaths. Is that,
Vagabond.
did you just spoil
Isn't
something?
that
Your name? Oh, your name is good. That's actually a really good anime.
Vagabond? Is that the one where they switch bodies and
Jaded.
shit? Your name?
No. Let me we'll put it back up again real quick.
Oh,
I love
Your
that
name
movie,
is
though.
good as hell, dude. That's
I love
like
Your Name.
shockingly good.
Oh,
That
hold
was
on.
like
Did it
when-
disappear? Hold on,
That's
where'd it
that's
go?
just kind of a normal like
amazing.
love story, isn't it? Nothing.
No,
no,
describing
it's
it.
got twists and turns,
Oh, never
Yeah.
mind.
and it's
Vaughn,
very good.
if you like Your Name, you need to watch Suzume.
No,
It's
it's
fucking
a
great.
The
Fist
hell?
of-
Who's the
it was Fist of the North Star or whatever. No, I'm probably mixing it up.
JoJo's Bizarre
I'm
Adventure.
not taking any of Vaughn's advice on what's good and what's not.
What are you talking about?
Your
I'll
name
leave
is
you
He
in
has a
actually
show
Promised Land.
literally labeled "I swear it's not hentai." What do you
Who
think? He's about
Who says
to,
that? I
right?
didn't watch that.
Well, we got a surprise
Never
visit
know.
by BS Warren. What's going on, man?
What's cracking? What's cracking? Great to see you guys. I'm through the.
Is this
red
how
mic,
he's
right?
always dressed?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, what you see in my Twitter profile is that's it. Yeah, I'm one of those weirdos that I have an anime profile pic, but I look like the anime profile pic. So
At least you're consistent.
What is Master Hobo talking about?
Let's find out.
Oh,
No.
So,
So
yeah.
basically,
So
there's
fake
2
news
anime
media.
movies. So there's Ninja Scroll and then there's Akira. I think Akira is top notch. I like Ninja Scroll too, but
I haven't seen Ninja Scroll
yeah,
yet, but I love Akira.
Ninja Scroll's
It
got
would've
one of
been
the
nice if
bloodiest
Akira had
scenes
an
I've
ending.
ever seen in anime. Period.
But so the movie Akira is only like 1% of the actual story. You gotta like read the books to
Yeah.
like get the rest
Yeah.
of the universe or whatever.
And they didn't do a very good. I think Akira is visually stunning, but it's other than that, you have to watch it 100 times and then read the anime or the manga to even know what the hell's going on. They don't do a good job telling the story. Were you asking about Master Hobo's comment about Vaughn and the vehicle situation?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
What does that have to do with me?
Vaughn paid migrants to destroy Battsauce's
This is
car when he
false.
was on his way to pick up the book that he purchased from Vaughn in the mail, just so Vaughn wouldn't have any competition from
That's-
Battsauce
this
in the
is false.
future. So he'd be
Oh.
preoccupied with vehicle repairs and a new baby.
This
It
That sounds
is
like Vaughn.
diabolically brilliant, and I'm surprised he thought of it.
and
He
then
also
Bad Talk-
manipulated
That's the
Battsauce
backstory.
specifically to impregnate his wife, and it timed it perfectly so that he would have a baby around the same time he wrecked his car, and therefore he can't finish his book by the time Vaughn gets his out. So
Battsauce also started a
Mastermind.
GoFundMe, and surprisingly, we got $5.
Yeah.
we all know it was one of us.
It was somebody.
I know who it was.
No.
But
machinations within machinations.
sorry, the
Well,
Wii
I'm-
movie wanted to
I'm
I'm
put
not
you
going
in
to
another
stop
chat.
him from doing anything with any cars because I can't drive. So
Okay.
That's why anytime
I think your
Battsauce-
career
I
is
mean, it's a
safe
good-
for now.
Right.
It's
see,
a
I'm
good
As a woman, I shouldn't be learning to drive anyway.
Based. That's
And
actually
we
what I
didn't-
was going to say. I'm
And we
actually
didn't need to
upset
be able
you
to
took
say
that
that
from me.
because you already know. Well done.
I have no business behind the wheel of a car.
W's in the chat for Ali being based, everybody. This has been great. I've enjoyed this.
Everyone's W in the chat.
There goes the W's.
Nice.
They're
all
right,
up and welcome.
Yeah, no, I didn't
One
destroy
second, just
anyone's
replying
car.
to somebody. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, no one's car was destroyed. Battsauce is lying. He's coping and seething.
We've got pictures, Vaughn.
Of the car being destroyed, completely unrelated to me.
Yes, it just so happens to resemble that entire last 10 minutes of Brave Little Toaster, where all the cars are being destroyed in that little crusher.
I've seen Brave Little Toaster Goes
Now,
to Mars, but never seen the
That's
original.
actually you've seen the bad one. Shut up.
Why did you watch
That's
that? Why did
actually
it was
really
someone had it. It was on
devastating-
TV or something.
That's
I don't
actually
know
a
why I
really
watched it.
devastating movie to a child. Like watching
Oh,
that
no,
is
I
actually
no,
more
I-
traumatizing.
No, I 100% did. And it's funny, I don't remember what the occasion was, but to watch it as a child, not very often. My little brother was a psychopath. He grew up to be one of the better of us three boys, but he enjoyed Jurassic Park when he was 3. He loves watching people die and suffer horrible deaths. So he loved
life
Brave
or
Little Toaster.
movies?
I couldn't stand that shit. Again, the magnet was the stuff of my nightmares. Literally, it was existing in my nightmares nearly every other night. But we watched it later as adults, and my dad's sitting there going, "Why in the world did I let you guys watch this? This is terrifying." And like we're usually the kind that will like talk. We're talking,
Because
laughing,
it has-
scratching during
because-
movies, and like we're glued to the screen. We're enraptured with this whole thing. We're a little bit horrified. We're like, "How the hell do we survive this as children?" Scary.
Because it has lessons in it that we need to survive
is.
as children. Like the
Yeah.
darkness in it was absolutely necessary.
Mm-hmm.
I would
Now,
argue-
see,
I would
that's a
argue
problem.
that
They've removed positive messaging and lessons, and more those kind of like fables from current kids content,
It's just
and
dumb.
any emotional impact or anything that would cause them to feel any emotion that they could perceive as discomfort, fear,
Well,
sadness. They
do you
just
remember
nerfed
right in
everything.
the middle? Do you remember right in the middle of the Brave Little Toaster? There's a scene for no reason about this flower that's all
Yeah.
alone in the middle of a thicket, and it
Yeah.
thinks that it sees another flower, but it's
That
actually
broke my
just the
heart.
toaster.
Yes.
And then when she says no and backs away, the flower is now depressed and it starts wilting and dying, even though it has everything it
God.
needs in its little area. We
No, I'm
needed that.
Was everybody watching this while I was watching Iron Giant? Good God.
Dude, I watched Iron Giant. That was
Iron
fantastic.
Giant is also really,
Iron-
yeah.
really
Yeah.
dark and intense. Like
Yeah.
It is,
Uh,
but it is, but in a more.
Superman, you know,
It's
he
also-
pushes the little boy away. It's because it's his time now.
It's also got one of my favorite characters and probably most relatable characters of all time in it, in the form of Mansley. Screw our
Oh.
country! I want to live!
Ken Mansley? Ken Mansley is the.
I love
yeah.
him, dude. He's funny. He cracks me up.
Dude,
And I think that was that one guy's first movie, wasn't it?
Brad
the
Bird,
guy
yeah.
from
Incredibles and one of the Mission Impossibles. Yeah, Brad
Yeah.
Bird.
No, not that
Wrote
guy.
No?
The
One of the actors.
Let me look it up.
the guy from the car movies.
Oh, Vin Diesel.
Yeah, I think that was his
Yeah.
Oh,
first
yeah.
movie.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
it really?
Wait, he was an
Dude,
Iron Giant.
Yeah, he's the Iron
he's
Giant.
the-
He,
He
was,
was
he
the
was
first
the Iron
giant.
Giant.
It blew
Oh,
my
shit.
mind when I finally figured that out. I was like, wait, that's Vin Diesel? No shit.
Well, he
Diesel-
started out as a voice. He was a voice actor first.
That's
That
cool.
was all his acting. Was he did a little bit of like modeling type, not for like fashion, but for like medical or just different, really low key stuff. He did voice acting.
Well,
and
he
then
was a
he
bouncer
announced for
too.
the club. Yep.
It was.
I'm not gonna
And
lie.
then-
I feel like Dean when we played Curse of Strahd. I'm just like, it's art.
Can you guys hear that?
What?
Hear what?
There's a screech owl that lives right outside my door, and it's been screeching. And I just want to make sure you guys can't hear it
No.
through the
No.
video.
You live in a bog?
I can't hear it. But I want to. I love
He's
owls.
come to
So
give you
you've
your
got ghosts
invitation
in
to
your
Hogwarts.
backyard setting off the cameras, and you have an owl scream.
This sounds like somewhere you go in the Witcher.
Pick this home location as a
Well, I'm
horror
worried
writer.
because I was worried because I didn't want it to transfer over, but now I'm worried because there's this cat named Gandalf that comes around, and I named the owl Aragorn, and now I'm worried that maybe Gandalf is like attacking Aragorn.
Uh-oh.
If he's messing with an owl, that's probably he's a master of his own fate right there.
Male screech owls are like this big. So
oh yeah, you did say screech owl.
He's very tiny, and he just lives in a little hole right by my door.
No.
And so I'm worried because I keep hearing him going, and it's freaking me out. But I didn't want you guys to hear it and think that I don't know.
No, I can't hear anything.
Iron, you have to get Selena a screech owl now.
Bring him inside. Bring him onto the stream.
Great, another loud animal. I'll get right on that.
Yeah, drop his links in the chat.
I can bring a snake onto the stream, but I'm not gonna bring the owl.
Wait, you're a snake girl?
My kid has a snake.
Oh, gotcha. I was
Is
gonna
it
say
like a
my
hot
ex had a
nose?
snake named Xanax.
No.
Wait. Are you serious?
Yeah, dead
Why?
serious. Yeah, she fed it in front of me one time, and I think it was supposed to intimidate me.
Did it? How would that intimidate you?
I mean, honestly, not as much as it aroused me.
What?
I was about to say, we all know it didn't intimidate you.
Okay,
The
so
opposite.
I'm not bringing the snake on then.
Oh, come on. Wait, hold on.
Theo,
ladies and gentlemen, keep your snakes away from Theo at all costs.
He's
Please.
just like, wait a minute, you're a snake girl? His eyes lit up. Jesus Christ. Samuel the Infamous. Maybe it's my age, but I was watching Last Unicorn, Secret and Then All Dogs Go to Heaven, Watership Down, and Grave of the Fireflies. I love the Don Bluth movies. Now, The Last
Watership Down is
Unicorn
scary
was just
as hell.
a ridiculous acid trip that made no sense. I've tried to rewatch that. I thought I was a retard as a kid, and that's why I didn't understand it. But no, I watched it as an adult, and it's like, this is just a drug dream.
I think probably, well, it's based off of a book as well, but I think probably a lot of people kind of put a whole scene out of their mind because honestly, the most traumatic scene from that movie is when that tree comes to life and it starts like trapping that guy inside its giant tree boobies. And, and that's what's happening. Like,
go on.
For real. It's like, hello, I love you. And it's just like
Lots of metaphors there.
I don't remember this movie at all. I remember not like being, if anything, like bored.
Dude, Grave of the Fireflies is one of those movies that
So sad.
I've only seen it one
That's a
time,
fucked up movie.
and I will never watch it again. It's kind of like All Dogs Go to Heaven too. I love All Dogs Go to Heaven, but I have no desire to watch All Dogs Go to Heaven ever again.
Man,
no, I'm
I've
not
seen
doing
All
that.
Dogs Go to Heaven like a million times.
Yeah.
Same.
At least All Dogs Go to Heaven, like it's happy, and then at the end you're like, oh cool, Charlie. Do you know what's actually truly a traumatizing movie for a child who loves dogs?
Judith. Oh.
Incredible Journey.
Now, are we talking Incredible Journey or
Homeward
Homeward
Bound?
Bound?
Homeward Bound?
Homeward Bound.
Oh,
Incredible Journey.
Well, no, the reason
Because
I'm
the
not being a dick
original
because
one. No, I know what you're talking about. The original one is really boring, but the new one that came new in the 90s. They switched the dogs out so that the old dog is now like the cute fluffy doggy, and he belongs to the older boy, and at the end they spend like 10 minutes convincing you that this dog is dead, he is deceased, and you watch this boy cry as his brother and sister get their pets back, and you're just like, Shadow. Like, as a kid I couldn't watch it. I think I threw something at the TV once. Like, I was so mad. And
I don't blame you.
I can't even watch it again. I tried to rewatch it with my kid,
And then you see,
and I kept thinking of the end, and then finally he walks over the.
I was gonna say, I thought all the
thing,
dogs
and you're
lived.
like, oh yay,
They do.
he's alive. But like then you're thinking
Oh my
he's
God.
really old. He's like a 17-year-old dog. So you know that's fleeting. It was horrible. That's real trauma. That should not have been allowed to be made. I'm angry at whoever made that.
Yeah, when he,
Why was this
Because you
upsetting?
can
It's not
watch it as
your
a
dog.
kid just fine, and it's fine. You can't watch it as an adult, especially if you've lost pets.
Oh,
It's just
should
like,
I not
nah,
watch
you
it?
can't do that again. You can't do that.
No, I
not
couldn't
add it
watch
to
it.
my
I was
watch
like, we're
later?
gonna turn this off. I don't want to see it.
No.
like,
I don't know.
You think when Sassy went over the waterfall and
Sassy. Oh, poor Sassy.
Maybe there's something wrong with me, but I watched all these movies and would just fine without like thinking anything negative.
That's because
I'm with
you're a
Vagabond on this
sociopath.
one. Why are you so upset? It's not your dog.
Dogs.
it's a dog we're emotionally
Samuel.
attached to because it's
Even
good
worse,
screenwriting and good filmmaking, you jerk.
But it's
Well,
not
like,
your dog.
Strider being afraid of Jurassic Park, that was like my favorite movie as a kid.
can't help
Like,
it.
I
Like-
would
Oh,
rewatch
now
it.
Jurassic Park is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's fantastic, but as a kid, I don't know. It just and I want to be clear. There are some kids that can handle that, and there are some kids that can handle the scariness. But I was not
There's
one
not
of them. My
even
little
any
brother
blood.
was, but there's blood.
That doesn't
There's-
need
I
to
think
be
we're
blood.
about to
like-
start a
there's
civil
like
war
half a
against
second.
the emotionally
Well,
attached dog people and
there's half a
the
second of
disattached
goat blood.
psychopaths.
Well,
Yeah, I'm
here's
just
the thing.
about to yell at Kata. What the
I
hell?
No, even
What?
and what is it? The arm that's not attached anymore. That
Yeah.
was so fake. I laughed
Oh, yeah.
my
No,
butt
even as a
off.
kid, I could tell. But I will say, the first
And
Jurassic Park
it's-
wasn't too bad. The Lost World, though, I saw that one way too young. That was because that's straight up PG-13. That is a horror movie. I had no
I don't think
business
I've
watching that as
seen
a
that.
kid.
Well,
Oh,
okay.
it's shit. It
So
is
I grew
terrible
up.
as a movie.
Okay,
The
so
first one-
Strider.
Why would you watch
Just
any
question.
but the first one?
I grew up watching like
yeah.
Child's Play and
The
stuff.
book
as a
actually is pretty
kid.
good.
Oh, Child's
I
Play.
like
Chucky
So-
scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Child's
Well,
Play is
okay.
a good
movie.
film. Brad
Hold on.
Dourif is.
I was like, I loved him.
Just go watch Seed
Brad-
of Chucky
Brad
and you won't be
Dourif is a
scared of him
really good
anymore.
actor.
It's all right.
Well,
Yeah,
the
he
reason I'm
is.
asking is because like every movie he's talking about he's afraid of as a kid, I'm like, eh.
I love
Well,
it.
what movie
I
were
love
you
watching
afraid
innocent
of?
things die.
Who,
Now,
me?
I can watch people die.
Yeah.
Any
Yeah,
day of the
let's
week,
go
but
around the horn and
animals-
see what's an actual scary
Yeah, let's
movie
do
for
that.
you guys.
Are we
Start
talking
with Vagabond.
are we talking adult us or child us?
Good question.
Honestly,
maybe.
I try to get scared when I watch a movie, but I haven't found anything to do it for me.
Like you've never seen a movie that you consider scary at all ever in your whole life.
Well, like I think. Well, no, not really.
Do we
It's 'cause,
want to know the answer to this?
like,
better question.
I guess maybe because I play video games, so maybe a horror game would do it more for me because it's more interactive, especially in like
So
VR.
what was a scary game like for you then?
So as a kid, make fun of me, Turok Oblivion, and then
Really?
yeah, I don't know something, but other than that, like I Silent Hill and all those I play those just fine. I don't know, maybe because
Resident Evil 7 didn't get you.
No, I like all the Resident Evil games. And then I
Sounds
don't know. I think like if it's in VR, maybe.
See, the Resident Evil
Emily
games, they
said-
got the jump scares, and they get you
Because
that way. But
movies that scare you, it's not because you're scared watching them. You're scared
it's after
when the movie's over.
Mm.
It follows you.
I already know what mine is.
Yeah, I don't really get that. So like when people talk about that, or like they were scared of some movie or whatever, it's like a mystery to me, honestly.
Holy crap, Toasty raid! Thanks, Toasty.
Hey, thanks, Toasty.
Thank you.
Bring it
Or
back.
were we gonna go around and tell what our scary movies were? Or are we telling
Absolutely.
traumatizing movies? Because that's different.
Well,
If you
traumatized.
can't think of a scary one, you can go with trauma, or if you want to say both.
Well, because
I'd
we're
say-
doing adults as adults, right? Not the childhoods.
I think
That
just
could be either.
anytime.
All right,
Yeah, it
so
can be either.
Vagabond did his, so Strider would technically be next, or Warren, whichever way we're going.
Oh boy. Strider, you want to go?
Yeah.
before I embarrass myself.
No, it's fine. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if mine's any. I don't know if mine's any more embarrassing. Lost World Jurassic Park, because I saw it as a kid,
Guys
hated
and
it.
dinosaurs.
Well,
Are
it
you
is
like
it's
5
dinosaur-
minutes old?
Hang on. Well, as a kid, it terrified me.
Didn't that just come out like 5 years ago?
No, that's
Jurassic
World.
It's the
Lost
sequel. It's the
World.
sequel to Jurassic Park,
Fake
and it was Steven
fan.
Spielberg.
Yeah.
Fake
You
fan.
know
That
how
came out in the
Indiana
90s.
Jones, Indiana Jones and Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom is significantly darker and way more oppressive than Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Nowhere near as
This was
good.
the same. This was the same thing. This was the same thing for Spielberg. Spielberg is going through a divorce. He was in a really dark place. I think he just started. I think he's not career wise. He did not want to make this movie, and it is dark. It is oppressive. It is scary. People die horrifically. Again, not something you want to watch as a kid. But and so I did. And again, what was it? It made the T-Rex and stuff of my nightmares growing up. When I watched it, I watched a bit of it. I watched the scariest part of it, where the T-Rexes tear up the camp and everyone's scattering and everyone's dying, and all the Velociraptors pick them off. My roommates at a house I was living in years ago, they had a huge projector screen, like wall size, and they're watching Jurassic Park, and they were watching Lost World just for fun. And so I'm on my way out to go to work, and I was like, oh, I haven't seen this movie in a long time. Oh Jesus. And like I could feel my heart rate going up. Like I could feel myself getting more and more worried and like kind of freaked out. So I walked outside, I'm like, wow, okay. Not watching that again.
What happens when you watch
that.
Land Before Time?
Those are cartoons. It's fine.
Just-
It hits me in a different way.
I don't get it though. With dinosaurs and kaijus, I'm always rooting for them to eat as many people as possible.
Right. I was
have
See,
no
that was
problem.
my little brother, but me, I think I was born with a little more empathy than he was. So I was like, oh, this people, like, I mean, yeah, they're not great people, but they don't deserve to die like that. Like that's horrific. Because I put myself in their shoes. Like I'd be terrified.
Did you see Godzilla -1?
Oh, Godzilla
That was
-1
great. Dude, it's great.
Yeah, but it's one thing, like destruction is one thing because it's impersonal. But like when you're up close watching people get snatched right out in front of you, you're watching them get bitten right off the
When
screen.
were you born?
It
What
hits.
year were you born? That this
90.
came out when you were a child?
90.
90.
Yeah, it came out in 1996.
I wasn't allowed to watch Jurassic Park when I was a kid, so maybe that's why.
No, the first one is
I was
much
10
much
before I
more.
saw the first one, and I was just like,
Yeah.
cool, dinosaurs. I
Yeah,
love
that's the thing.
dinosaurs.
Like I was
and then I was
single
mad that
digit
they
age
got their
watching it.
names wrong.
Well, see that's what I'm saying. So in my background, like my mom likes horror movies, so I would just be there watching The Omen and all that type of stuff with her. So I guess
Omen's good.
Yeah, The Omen's one of my favorite series. But it's like okay, but the dinosaur one I really don't get, I guess, because I think when I was first seeing Jurassic Park, it's like, oh, I like dinosaurs and I like to watch them eat people, whatever. So
Yeah, dinosaurs were cool.
Mm-hmm. They were cool.
I think the only one that hit me like with that, what you were talking about, Strider, with the empathy was -1, because that was the only kaiju movie or dinosaur movie I've ever seen where you really are invested in the people involved more than just the dinosaurs. They're not just
those
there
characters
to
were great.
keep the plot going.
I actually got to watch it with one of the lead artistic designers of Toho and Studio Toho, because it was at Anime Matsuri, and they were playing -1 pretty much all weekend, just on repeat. It was great, but that was the year that he was there, because it was Matsuri's, I think, 50th a significant anniversary, and so he did like a whole Q&A and like a whole hand drawing thing with his ink and pen cup, and it was really awesome. So he was there. I was like watching it. It's like this is fun having him here.
Right on.
Yeah.
So
All right, BS Warren, you're up.
Scary?
Oh boy. So I actually can't do scary movies. I'm a big chicken. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, you already sound horrified. What is it?
Yeah, I love H.P. Lovecraft, and the scariest movie I've ever watched is the first Scream, which is, I know that's not very scary. I found out, so I didn't really watch horror movies when I was a kid. The scariest it got for me was, Lovecraft and Goosebumps. But then when I was in high school, I started dating this one girl that really, really liked scary movies. And I went to see The Visit with her, and then we saw the Poltergeist remake as well. And
the 2015 one.
What do you think of The Color from Outer Space?
That was a good one.
That adaptation, from what I hear, is really good. I've only read the story. I enjoy the story.
No, I
like
meant
said,
like,
I can't do.
well, why wouldn't you watch it then?
Like I said, I can't do scary movies.
He just
Is
doesn't.
it because they make
Nicolas
it?
Cage lose his fucking mind on screen for the millionth time?
Is it because they make it purple when like you can't? It's like unfilmable because it's not like a real color that exists, but they make it purple for some reason.
No, it's just this shit terrifies the hell out of me. Like it goes on playback through like in my head for like weeks. Like when
So you can't do like haunted houses then either, right?
Haunted. I did like a haunted house once when I was a kid, but I haven't. I don't know. I haven't done one since.
What about horror games? Like you can't play Call of Cthulhu or something like that?
I can play Call of Cthulhu. Call of Cthulhu, it's not that bad.
Play the Sinking City.
The cosmic horror, as opposed to like the the other kind of stuff out there, that helps.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is. It just goes on repeat in my head, and then like because I remember when I saw The Visit, I think over the course of the week after I saw The Visit.
Dumb.
Yeah, no, it was like
Shyamalan doing his normal Shyamalan-isms.
I'm pretty confident it's stupid, but it like over the week after I saw it, I think I got maybe like 4 hours of sleep, because I was awake and just fucking
from The Visit
off the walls. Yeah.
It had some disturbing imagery, but it was just
Never
once
even
the
heard
little
of
white
it.
boy starts rapping at the end, get out of here.
Yeah.
Lawrence Knight for 20. Fuck the Lost World movie sucked. I slipped outside the theater, fell 5 flights of stairs on my butt all the way to the ground in front of a group of attractive women during a rainstorm. And I was wearing a beige outfit. Holy shit! No wonder you.
Lawrence Knight is a Looney Tune confirmed.
That's the worst part of the story is the
rough.
beige outfit. I'm scared now.
All right, so who's next? So because we went this way, now do we go?
You can go.
All right, I'm going
now.
All
I
right.
can't wait for this.
Vaughn, are we sure? Are we sure she's not in the other room? Like she's not going to come in there with a baseball bat and just
beat
knock
my
you
head in?
across the head?
I don't think so. So actually, it's funny because on other streams, I remember people would say I liked watching Allie toy the fun like a cat with a string. It was one of the comments I remember like a year ago. No, but all right. So when I was little, my mom wouldn't let me watch R-rated movies, but I remember seeing just the cover of one of the Chucky movies, and I was obsessed and terrified of Chucky. Chucky scared the shit out of me. The idea
Was
of
it
him,
Bride of Chucky?
It might have been one of the dumb ones. It might have been. I think it was Seed of Chucky actually. That cover because his face.
Yeah, we got to think this is only like 5 years ago for him, so it's probably a recent one.
I mean, you only just became an adult like what, a week ago?
You became
Middle name Coleman. You consistently disappoint me.
It's like Ali. It's like Ali said. He was born 5 minutes ago.
Well, no, hold on.
Was it the Chucky movie where with the gay kiss?
I didn't see the actual movie. I just saw the cover, and that was enough. That was enough to
Okay,
scare
but
me.
what about an actual movie then?
I'm going that. So there were some that really bothered me. I'll give you a few that normally, honestly, when I look back, it wasn't even as much horror as like finding horror in unexpected places. So I'm watching Pinocchio, and the donkey scene scared the ever-living shit out of me. When the kid's
supposed to.
I don't blame you. It scared me too.
Horrifying. That was one.
Disney had balls.
It's supposed to be really scary, especially for a little boy, because that's the consequences of
I understand the
boys
reasoning.
doing that.
Drinking and smoking, you do that as an adult.
Now, another like that. I couldn't watch Prince of Egypt when they cut to the babies getting chucked to the alligators. Like,
I get that.
No. I remember I was like told my babysitter, I was like, this isn't real. This isn't real. This can't be happening. Like, I was very upset by it. And I had to have her convince me basically that what happened in the movie didn't happen in the movie because I didn't want it to be real. Now, another.
Wait. Is it the part at the beginning or the part in the middle where the song and they throw them all into the darkness? Yes, it does.
No, I'm saying I don't even think
I can quote you that movie from beginning to end, and I'm telling you, in the middle of it, there's a part where the animation changes. Because it goes up on the ceiling. Vaughn has blocked it out. That's what he doesn't know.
I just didn't block it out. I just know I had seen enough. And I was
Vaughn
like,
is
I gotta
sitting
get
here
outta
like,
here.
I will not be the weak link.
Oh, all right. Hold on. Do you guys remember?
That's true.
Did
he
anyone
is.
ever? So we had a local Blockbuster, and it was probably the same one that I saw the Chucky DVD. Do you guys remember Timmy the Tooth? Did any of you
Yes!
ever watch Timmy the Tooth? Yes.
Holy
Wait,
shit!
wait a-
Man,
minute.
that's a
What
core
is
memory
that?
right there.
Yeah,
the Tooth.
elaborate. What the hell are you talking about?
All right, here I'm gonna pull up an image of Timmy the Tooth. Now I love Timmy the Tooth, but actually it's almost the reverse because I think he's terrifying looking as an adult now. But I thought he was cute as a kid.
Timmy the Tooth.
I like all of the chat's middle names that they are assigning to Vaughn.
All right, so we got Timmy the Tooth. Here's pictured here. If you gotta share my screen.
I like Evelyn. Vaughn Evelyn Coleman.
Immediately, Resident Evil
Timmy the
7.
Tooth?
The third.
So I
What
love
the
Timmy
hell?
Tooth.
That
Oh,
was
I
that
do
was during that
remember
was during a
this.
time when when puppet shows were
Now-
the puppet TV shows were all the
Oh,
rage.
I
It
always
was great,
thought-
by the way.
I
I didn't
had-
remember
I
the
always thought
puzzle
he
plays.
looked like he smelled. Like you would just smell him before you saw him because he's like a tooth. So I didn't watch it because
This is cursed. Get it off the
Uh,
screen.
it's a really creepy concept. I'm glad I wasn't of the age group for this.
So there was
Though
one
we had
episode-
creepier shit in the 80s. I
I
can
mean
confirm.
I was too old for it, but I saw
No.
it like around.
You know my favorite creepy puppet thing?
What?
Mr. Meaty.
Oh,
I remember Mr. Meaty.
Dude, but anyway, I wasn't scared of Timmy the Tooth until there was this one episode where he goes to the beach and he starts drowning. And I don't know why, but he's like, I'm drowning. And like that just scared the shit out of me. I was like, oh my God. And he wakes up, it's all a dream.
That actually sounds funny, but
But I
it's even
was-
funnier
I'm
that it
sure-
scared you.
I agree. Hang on, let me see if I can find the drowning episode. Drowning.
You're gonna look up drowning Timmy the Tooth.
We're gonna.
Are you,
We're just on episode
are you
one of
sure?
this.
Are you sure you want to have your
There's
image
him at the
search
beach.
history open for us?
I
This could be the
wish
beach. I'm gonna have
only
to
the
watch
best for you,
There's him
Vaughn.
waking up on the couch. It was all a dream.
We're just trying to traumatize Vaughn with this.
All right, so now.
Yeah, it
One
was a
movie
brush. Act like a dog. I remember that.
Oh,
now.
brush, yes. Holy
I
shit.
can't believe, man, that's
Dude.
wrinkling up. You're
right,
bringing up
all
core
right.
memories here.
You gotta go back and watch Timmy. It probably hasn't aged well. I can't imagine.
I mean,
but
well, it's a puppet show, so it's probably going to be better written than anything Disney shot out now.
yeah, now
No. If you're gonna watch puppets, you need to watch Fraggle Rock because that
Never
transcends time.
Oh hell yeah!
I say Mr. Meaty topples everything.
dude, Mr. Meaty is the shit. I remember my mom would be like, I was
even
watching
is
it,
that?
and my mom
It's
goes,
this.
"You get this?" And I was like, "Yeah." I don't think I got any of the jokes, but now I watch clips. I'm like, "How the hell was this greenlit?"
Yeah.
I've never
Was
heard
that,
of that.
wasn't that even
It's so
targeted at
fucking
adults?
Yeah, but I thought it was like I kind of knew I wasn't supposed to be watching it.
I
so-
think Mr. Meaty's like a regular show where it was supposed to be
Jesus
for adults.
Christ.
And like, hey, we got to tone it down for some kids. And
Wow.
Meaty.
That's
You remember
horrifying.
the episode where because they're trying to figure out the men are trying to figure out why girls take so long in the bathroom, and
Yeah.
they find out that they have entire like meetings with like presidential like whatever going on
Oh
there.
shit!
Yeah, Mr.
Yikes.
Meaty.
Mr.
Yeah.
Meaty was
What?
the shit.
You guys remember the tapeworm episode?
Oh,
Where the
yeah.
guy goes to tapeworm, and
What
it's
is-
like shooting. The tapeworm is like shooting out of his mouth and like grabbing the food before he can
Oh,
even,
what
like,
the fuck?
put it in his
I
mouth.
don't remember.
Wow.
The tapeworm episode is
Oh
a
wait,
parody
this
of
was a
Alien.
Nickelodeon show.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it makes
Get-
sense now.
Get it off my screen. I'm having fucking nightmares now.
It was so it was meant to be. It was like the Nickelodeon's most disgusting show ever. It's
Take that.
man, I can watch that over and over.
Nickelodeon is demonic.
Now,
Yeah.
I loved Nickelodeon growing up. Now, one other thing, did you guys ever have that movie you weren't supposed to watch as a kid? You walk in the room and you just don't leave. That was, I was with my cousins, and I, for years, had no idea what this movie was.
What?
But I remember, and you'll probably, when I start describing it, remember his friends are all getting infected. He's in the cabin, and he starts cutting
Cabin
up
fever.
his own girlfriend with an axe.
Cabin
right?
fever.
Yeah, cabin fever.
Yeah.
No. And
What?
then at the end of the movie, he leaves face full of blood, thinking he's out of it, after burning a book to destroy all of them, only to get attacked by the camera.
Evil Dead?
Yes, but I didn't know.
Oh,
for
Evil
years.
Dead.
And I'm going through horror movies. Went through horror movie phase, starting with Halloween in high school, and I'm like, Evil Dead is one I'd heard of, and I start watching the trailer, and I'm like, this is it. I was like, for all these years, I've been searching for this movie, and I found
Evil Dead 2 is better than 1 anyway, though.
I disagree.
Yes, but it's more of a comedy. The first one's definitely.
We all know Army of Darkness.
I like the first one better.
boring.
I never watched Army of Darkness actually.
Okay,
Army of Darkness is great. Watch it.
Army of
Darkness is one of the best movies ever made.
So Vaughn, you weren't allowed to watch it. Right?
You don't like Army of Darkness? Are you kidding?
I haven't seen it.
No, it's
Come
boring.
on, I didn't like
It
Evil
makes
Dead
no
2.
sense.
I gotta confess, I didn't like Evil Dead 2. I like
See
the first
this? This is my boomstick.
See, that seems to be a lot of people either like Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness, or they like the first one because it's traditional horror. And then Allie's
Army of
weird because you like
Darkness
2,
isn't
but not Army of
even-
Darkness.
Army of Darkness isn't even like an Evil Dead movie. It's not really the third movie because it's a reboot. Because he doesn't know about any of it. He's just this random guy working in a grocery store.
Really?
Well, it's supposed to take place immediately after the events of Evil Dead
But
2.
it's not the same guy.
They change a lot. They do. Did you like the series?
He's not the same character. It's the
Ash
same
vs.
actor, but he's not the same character.
Ash vs.
What?
Evil Dead is great.
Really? Because in the second one, he gets sucked into a portal. He doesn't start off in the.
No, in the third one, he's a guy working in a grocery store.
That's
Why
at the
would
very
they
end,
do that?
though. That's at the very end.
Yeah, that's
the last scene in the
after
movie.
he's gotten home. Because
Yeah.
the first one, the Evil Dead 2 ends with him getting sucked into the portal, and then all the knights coming up to him, and then they kind of redo that whole scene.
They rebooted it.
Yeah. to a
So
point.
everyone reboots.
The second
last
one was a
'cause when I
million
watched the
times
second
better,
one-
and it was better done. And
Yeah.
I understand the first Evil Dead is, I understand why it's iconic, but it's a little bit boring. The only part that made me laugh, and maybe you have to watch it as a kid. I saw it when I was like 17. But the only part that made me laugh was the plant tree going after the chick. I burst into
tree
laughter
assault?
because I was like, really?
You laughed during the tree
Really?
assault?
Dude, I was
This
disturbed.
is
during
the
that
movie
scene.
Even
that
I haven't
everybody's
seen this movie.
afraid
Even
of
I know
and
about
thinks
that scene.
is. No,
I'm
that
not.
was stupid.
I'm not comfortable talking about this.
I didn't say
Ain't an
it.
adult.
All
I
right.
didn't even say it. You just know what I'm talking about. And I
Yeah,
laughed
it's
out
about
loud.
as iconic as the Reanimator head scene.
Yeah.
The Evil Dead remake was really good, though.
The 2013 one. Yeah, I actually like that one.
Yeah, it was
I liked
very
it all
well.
right.
seen that one
I
yet.
messed. You fill Bruce Campbell's
Did you see Evil
absence.
Dead Rise, the newest one? That's good too.
I heard it
like
was good.
No, I didn't see that one. I
It's
didn't bother
good.
with it. I read enough reviews to kind of.
Well,
I didn't want to get.
one thing I know, if you guys don't know, Faces of Death is on Walmart for sale.
No, Faces of Death is so overblown.
In the $5 bin, you mean?
No, it's like they got it like you don't even need parents' permission to even buy it. So I was like,
Why would you want to buy it, though? You can just find all that stuff on Twitter now.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I just think it's funny that Walmart's selling it.
Yeah,
that's
now I was alive when that was still a banned movie, and you had to go to mom and pop stores that would actually rent it out, and everybody thought the shit was real and everything else. With aside from some of the animal stuff, which
Well, and if you wanted to see real stuff, then you would just go to rotten.com,
ugh.
and that's where you saw it.
What what about you, Iron? Since we've been on Bond for a while, what scared you as a kid, my friend?
Oh, I'll go after. Let's go. You can do yours now.
Oh, okay.
We're going in order.
It kind of feels like we've been zigzagging all over the screen.
Wouldn't Allie be next? Or who's?
I'm sorry. Would you like to host the show, Nate?
Nah. No, me and Selena actually talked about this one like months ago. So first rated R movie I ever watched as a kid was Paranormal Activity. And that absolutely terrified me as a kid because I mean, yeah, there's a lot of discussion about whether or not it's actually genuinely a good movie. I mean, I guess it just depends on who you are. But for me,
It didn't bore you to tears?
No, it didn't. And it's because what the movie does is it completely violates that feeling of safety that you have in your bed as a kid. Like when you're a kid and you're laying in your bed, you pull the covers over your head. That's your safe space. Like nothing is supposed to get you under there. yeah. Paranormal Activity ruined that feeling forever.
Were you afraid of Blair Witch Project too?
That was
as a
boring.
kid, yeah. As a kid, yes. As a kid, it scared the shit out of me.
I'll tell you what beats all those.
What? No, go ahead, Vagabond. What were you gonna say?
No, Animal Planet's Lost Tapes. That was so good.
I love that. I remember that.
I love it.
I saw.
Dude, I love the found footage genre, so I liked all of them. I loved Blair Witch Project when it came out.
Yeah. Oh, did you see
in high
the
school when
McPherson
that
tape?
came out?
Did you see the McPherson tape?
I did.
Yeah.
Dude. Vagabond, the vampire episode. Oh my god.
Yeah. No, but the McPherson tape, I was one of those people on the old school internet, like, oh man, this is legit alien proof.
Steering away from found footage, another one, and once again, this is horror. This was the movie that made me realize not every single story I hear or every single movie I watch is going to have a happy ending, and it's kind of a horror comedy depending on who you are. But Drag Me to Hell fucked me up when I was a kid, dude. Like, I'll never forget.
Is that a good movie? I
like
thought
I
the
said,
title
Sam
was
Raimi.
lame, so I never watched it.
Drag Me to Hell is it's good. It's all right.
Sam
It's
Sam Raimi, isn't it? Yeah.
It's
One of
directed
his
by
last
Sam.
ones in a while.
It's directed by Sam Raimi, who of course did Evil Dead. So I think he's even gone on to confirm that it actually takes place in the same universe as Evil Dead. So there's kind
I
of
can see that.
kind of adds up canonically. But I don't know, just something about the ending just really screwed with me because you go through the whole movie thinking she's gotten rid of this curse and she's free, and the ending is framed.
Some people may not have seen it.
Okay,
Is it like
The title kind of gives it away.
the title
is it
kind
like
of
a
gives it
really
away.
nihilistic ending?
Yeah, she gets drugged to hell to burn for all eternity.
She does.
Is that where the toothless lady sucks on the chick's chin?
Yeah,
What?
that is. Yeah, that is.
Okay.
But she's dead. She like knocks over a table and falls on her, and all this bile and shit comes falling out of her mouth and like gets all over her and
Pleasant.
shit. It's Sam Raimi camp, dude. Like I said, it's very much in the same vein as movies like Evil Dead. But no, like at the end of the movie, it totally seems like she's in the clear, and then all of a sudden the fucking ground opens up around her, and you're watching these demonic hands just grab her and shit and start pulling her into the ground. It is fucked up. It really scarred me when I was a kid.
I
man.
watched it at home and I didn't finish it. I don't think it was Sam Raimi's best work at all. It was just kind of a popcorn horror flick to me.
Yeah.
But
like,
I think his best movie ever is The Gift.
Oh, The Gift is good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
With Kate Blanchett, Keanu Reeves,
That was his movie.
Greg
yeah.
Kinnear.
If we're
I've never even heard of that.
Oh, that's a good one.
Look it up.
No, it's not a horror movie. It's more of a
Suspense.
like supernatural suspense, mystery. But yeah, it's a great movie. I think that's his
I
best
wonder.
work.
None of you have
cool.
said what is generally considered the scariest movie of all time, and I wonder if that is
a hard question.
I
to
wonder if
answer.
that speaks
I'm about
to
to.
our culture's degradation over time.
Well, I was
Oh,
thinking
I
about
guess to
things
answer
scared
that,
me as a kid, not necessarily the best.
it would be
Why is that? The
the
fact that nobody finds anything scary anymore? Or the fact that there's nothing. What do you mean by that?
Let's go with
Because
Let's
it
go with
was
what Theo-
Yeah, I'm about to say the scariest movie of all time, hands
What
down. Gone Girl. Yeah, dude, that movie haunts my nightmares
Because
to
it's
this
based
day,
off
bro.
of your life story. We know.
Yeah,
Well,
dude.
thank you all for tuning in.
You
this
mean
evening. We
the
really appreciate
Amber
you
Heard
watching.
fan fiction?
Yeah, dude. The fact, here's the thing. You know what scares me about that movie? It's not the
It's
movie itself.
possible.
It's the way everyday, ordinary women responded to that movie. Like, I've watched that movie. I've seen so many girls respond to that movie, and they're like, yes, that's right. And they like just went back to like being normal women who like function in society and go to Target and like pass you on the street, but in their heads, this
Wait,
is what
I've
they want
never
to do to
seen
us.
it.
Oh
I've
my
never
God,
seen
guys.
it. I
I've
just
seen it
know
either.
that she like that Amber Heard stole pieces from it in her weird little
Oh yeah,
fantasy.
it's psychotic.
Yeah.
Did she like? Did she
basically-
get revenge or something? Is
She
that
so
what
she
it is?
Love to
leaves.
see it.
She
You gotta
leaves
see
her.
it. Don't,
Yeah, so
she
don't
leaves
give
her
away
hus-
too much because like
Okay.
it's a very suspenseful movie and some people
Yeah.
may want to watch it.
She disappears, but apparently, but she
Wait, don't
disappears.
give too much away.
But
Don't give much-
there's more to it than
You
that.
should,
Yeah.
every man should watch that
Yeah,
before getting
it's-
married. That and the Marriage Story.
I love David Fincher, so I'm
Required
surprised that
viewing.
one is.
Oh yeah,
I
David
haven't
Fincher is
seen
one of
that
my
one either.
favorite directors.
Fucking love David Fincher. I've seen all of his films.
Doesn't Marriage Story have that whiny guy from Star Wars in it?
Yeah,
Yes.
guy from Star Wars.
You talking about Hayden Christensen or
No,
Adam Driver.
No.
Adam Driver.
That was he was
I
actually
was
good.
talking about
Yes,
Hayden
David D.
Christensen. I would have
Katie
said
Holmes
Hayden
is topless in that movie.
in Gone Girl.
No.
Yeah, no, in
The Gift.
That Gift. Yeah.
Added that to my list.
That's actually the gift from the title. That's the titular gift, if you will.
No.
Katie
It's two
Holmes is
gifts.
underrated, and I think a lot of her good years were stolen from us by Scientology because she's a very good actress. She was in Disturbing Behavior, which is a really underrated, excellent movie that has a theme song that I'm not sure why they gave it that theme song, but it's amazing. And that's a really good movie. She did a good job in that. And then
Yeah,
she was
the
in
late
some movie
90s
where
were
she's
great
like
for
a
horror.
superhero now. Just a few years ago, some movie where she's like a female superhero chick. Or no, she's a
I hadn't even heard
vigilante.
of that.
Katie
It's
Holmes?
really good. Yeah, Katie Holmes.
There's
And
a
it's
lot of female
adorable, and
superheroes
she
now,
wears
and
like this.
none of
She
them are
wears
good.
like this cute little dress, these cute little dresses and everything. I love it. She's awesome.
Last thing I saw her in was Ray Donovan.
I saw her in was
check
Batman.
that out.
I would say
Yeah, and then she couldn't come back to Batman because of Tom Cruise and that whole thing. So we got
Yeah.
left with Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, we're supposed to believe that like anyone finds the attractive Gyllenhaal sister attractive.
Ew, why? Like seriously,
She wasn't
Maggie
terrible
Gyllenhaal?
in The Deuce. She wasn't terrible in
like
The
her
Deuce.
eyes are
Maggie.
like melting down her face. She looks like she's 50 years old, and I was like, oh, that's supposed to be Batman's girlfriend or whatever. And I hadn't seen the first one, and that was the first one I saw, and I was like, why does everybody think this chick's all that? And then I saw the first one, and I was like, oh, it's because it was Katie Holmes. But I didn't even know they were supposed to be the same character because they didn't really try.
They don't
to
look
make
the
them
same
look
at
alike
all.
I was
So
like,
you-
wow, okay, cool.
so are you
I'm
low-key
glad she's
saying-
dead actually because she's boring and annoying, and now I don't like her.
Are you low-key saying that the Joker putting a smile on her face would have been an improvement?
Yes.
For Gyllenhaal, probably.
Jesus. That is evil.
I don't think she's.
She was only the last thing she was good in was Donnie Darko, and that's because
Donnie
she didn't
Darko
have
is
to
the
act.
shit.
Oh yeah, I did
Uh,
that movie.
The Secretary wasn't bad.
I guess I just
Yeah,
did
but
it.
I
She was
don't
nude in The
believe
Secretary,
her.
That's why.
I don't
guess I
believe her as that character of the secretary. Like you're telling me that's how she is acting. Like I don't believe it.
I guess
I
I just
can't
didn't
believe
know
you
that
picked
this
her.
many people hated her. Like
Yeah, I didn't
seriously,
either.
well,
I liked-
seriously, I didn't think there were this many people that disliked her.
Yeah,
The
I thought she was
guy, I
fun.
forget his name, but the guy in Secretary carries the whole movie.
James
She's
Spader.
obnoxious.
James
He
Spader does.
He carries
yes.
everything. He's one of the most underrated actors.
The
ever.
purpose is she's
Fantastic.
supposed to be weird
Don't,
and
Vaughn.
not
You're not allowed to watch
really
Secretary.
attractive.
You're too
Why?
young. You
Mom
can't.
says
You
no.
can't watch Secretary until you're married.
For
You
10
want
years.
my mom?
Just
I've
want
having
you to
talks
be-
with
Bro,
your mother.
Vaughn, she just put you in chastity, bro. You
I
can take
have
that.
your mom in my phone. I will
You do
call
not
her.
have my mom.
He stuttered. He panicked. He's like,
You-
"Shit,
you-
she
you
had-
better
does
be
she
a-
have
No,
her number?"
you know you don't. You don't have my mom on your
No.
phone. She would have told me.
I'll go ask her right now.
Now going back to Theo, so you're going with Gone Girl, huh?
Yes.
Seriously, was
But
there
what
any
about as a
horror,
kid?
actual horror movies that fucked you up as a kid?
No, I didn't watch a ton of horror movies. I would say
Pussy.
the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark kind of freaked me out when I was a kid.
Because he's a Nazi
that-
sympathizer. That makes sense.
But it was it was really-
I mean,
That
getting your
wasn't-
face
that wasn't
off,
related.
God, is
Uh,
terrifying to
I've
anybody.
learned things
So what's
about
gonna happen
people.
to me?
but yeah, no, that was because that was like it was really graphic, and that's also a significant jump in the level of gore in that movie.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the previous,
Yeah.
the rest of
yeah.
that movie does not prepare you for how like sudden and violent that's going to become.
Wait, what
Yeah,
about the guy
everyone does
getting
that.
pushed into the plane propeller?
Real quick,
Yeah,
Mr.
that's
Burger for
on
5.
screen. That's the thing about Indiana Jones films. All the violence is like implied or off screen. Like Steven Spielberg does not linger on the gore except for Raiders. I completely understand that.
Yeah.
Even like end of Last Crusade, like the to this day the him aging rapidly, turning into dust is kind of scary. It's well done. It holds up.
Yeah.
Oh, real quick, Mr. Burger for 5. Speaking of movies, Iron, aren't you working on an awesome animated film? I'm sure the people would love to hear something about that. Maybe check your DMs. I am indeed. In fact, I'll be doing my voiceover work for start off with 1 character. Now I'm going to be voicing, I believe, 4. So I'll be reading and recording that over the weekend. I believe we're going to still working on doing a live table reading. And it's the Mr. Burger Show, a 30-minute animated comedy series from Mr. Burger and Media Nerd. And I will share he's actually sent me a clip, and I'll share that toward the end of the show. But thank you, Mr. Burger. Now, before I go, I'll go ahead and let Selena go, because you're easily scared, but you love horror movies. So,
And then is Allie going last?
How could you be Scream Queen Selena and be scared of everything?
I don't know.
Select things.
Well, it's kind of, if you're not scared of horror movies, you're not enjoying them, at least not the right way.
I just think they're fun. But gosh, what was the first movie? I think the first movie that ever scared me was Halloween '78, and that's why I love it so much. Like, there's something simple about Michael Myers and like babysitting. Yes, I saw that, Vaughn. I love it. I have that very
movie.
I was talking to Vaughn's mom. That's
too?
the real horror.
Yes.
I just called his mom.
You did not. False.
But yeah, I don't know. That was a masterpiece, and it will always be a masterpiece to me. And they ruined it with all the others.
Agreed.
But Michael Myers, like they never got the mask right afterwards.
Yeah,
never.
No.
It just wasn't the same. But yeah,
I've never
that
seen those.
movie was the best. Oh,
Not
really?
worth seeing.
Not a single
see one though. No, you gotta see
First
one.
one.
You gotta see 1978.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen any of them.
Yeah, the one is
Yeah,
good.
the
2,
first
I
one's
enjoy
good.
2, but
I like
think
2.
Two.
But
I like
like
2 also.
But I understand why people don't like 2. I do like 2 though.
I like 3.
I like 3 too.
You know what's weird? I expected to hate 4, and then there was Halloween Horror Nights when I was in LA at the time, and I was like, there was a thing for 4, and I was like, you know what? I'll give it a try. And I will say, for it having the dumbest setup, they do a great job, because you have the one character that clearly lives, dies off screen, and the 2 characters that clearly die lived. And so I was like, this is stupid. I'm not watching it. Finally, I did. Once you get past that, it's a tough pill to swallow. It's a good movie.
You know, I can forgive Halloween 5 after seeing Halloween Ends. I'm just saying.
I didn't see Halloween Ends or 5.
Halloween
Professor
5.
Five.
Halloween 5 is better.
Sorry, Professor Savage Dad sent it a super chat.
Oh, Iron isn't good at checking his DMs. He didn't know I was sick today. Nope. I'm not good at checking my DMs.
Wait, which is the one with Jason?
Friday 13th. They're all bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're fun.
What?
They're good
Oh,
bad. They're
They're
so
not
bad.
good.
They're good.
There's
Sync is
some
fun.
that I think there's some people like better, but they're not good.
Yeah.
I
Just
prefer,
stay away
Nightmare
from
on Elm
Jason
Street.
Goes to Hell. That movie's. I had
I've seen the first
That one
10.
is awful. Yeah. And
Okay.
Freddy,
Well, Iron, you
Freddy
wanna go
versus
next, and then
Jason
Allie
was
last?
surprisingly good.
Which Freddy? I haven't seen Freddy vs. Jason yet.
I
It
liked
was
it.
surprisingly
I
good because
remember watching it a while ago. I liked it.
the concept was fun because it was like just like the unstoppable object meets a whatever, however that quote goes. It was like that because there's no reason why Jason doesn't die. It's just he just can't die. Like that's what it is. There's no reason, unexplained. He's just always alive. And then Freddy, not all of his movies are good, but he's genuinely a scary concept, even though his movies are actually kind of silly. But the effects are great. But the two creatures fighting, I actually thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I like
Hot
Freddy
take,
vs. Jason.
Nightmare on
It's
Elm
fun.
Street 3
Yeah,
is
it
better
doesn't
than the
have to be.
original. Hot take.
it's goofy. I love the
I
remake of
agree.
Nightmare on Elm Street. I thought it
I
was,
hate that
they
I
did just
agree,
fine.
but I agree.
Allie, did you like Wes Craven's New Nightmare?
I didn't see that one yet.
I haven't gotten there yet.
That one's
I
good.
I skipped
Only
2.
1 and Wes Craven's New Nightmare are actually scary. The rest of them go into horror comedy after that. Even I like 3 and 4; those are both fine, but they're even a little on the goofy side.
You can
2
skip
is
2 entirely.
well, we
I
could
skipped
make
2.
a whole episode on 2. We know what that's about.
I'm sorry. I don't think Selena was done. Sorry.
Oh no, I am. That was it. But no, whoever
Oh.
wants to go next, Iron or Allie. Thank you though.
Oh yeah, you can
I
go.
thought you weren't done. Who can go?
You can go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were skipping me and I wasn't going at all. So I was
Oh, no,
resigned
no.
to my fate.
Yeah.
You're the guest.
Well, because you went from Vaughn to
Nate, and then we went around
and
her.
then
That's why I
up,
was
and I was
asking
like,
too.
oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I had too many.
I'll
opinions.
blame Nate because he called me out for that, so, and then I made him go.
okay.
Skipping you.
Yeah,
He's a terrible panelist.
I know. It's always my fault. I can never do anything right.
For a long time, everyone's answer for the scariest movie of all time was The Exorcist.
Yeah.
A long time.
Yeah.
That's true.
I wonder if that none of us would say that. I wonder what that means. Because my mom saw that when she was like 15 when it came out. That's where her date took her for some reason in their all Catholic town. And she couldn't even walk to her front door by herself afterward. And they didn't even have some of the scariest scenes in the theater release of the very first time.
Right, the spider crawl.
Yo, sounds like your mom's date
Yeah.
just wanted to smash, though. If I'm being honest, just
They
saying.
were like chill. They were like 15.
Yeah, Theo, shut up.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well,
Gross. But no, so I wasn't allowed to watch scary movies when I was a little kid.
Same.
And the couple that I was shown at my dad's house did not scare me. But I shouldn't have been watching them, but they didn't scare me. The very first movie that worked its way into my real life and scared the crap out of me, that even scares me today, was The Ring.
Yeah.
Because of all the little things that are everywhere in the movie, where it's like, oh, you see a chair and the chair is sinister, and then you see a ladder and the ladder is also sinister, and you know, the VHS tape, and you're just like, oh my gosh, and all that stuff is around you all the time in 2002 or whenever it came out.
I think it was 2002. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It bled into my daily life. Like the phone would ring and I was like, I'm not answering the phone this week. I don't care. I'm not doing it. I had nightmares. When I walked by some house on my way to my friend's house, there was a wooden ladder on the side of their house, and I turned around and went the other way because it freaked me out so much. So The Ring genuinely scared the crap out of me. If
Vaughn,
we're talking about horror movies.
You should call her and then just nonchalantly whisper into the phone, 7 days.
It's not the same with a cell phone, though. Like,
I do remember.
Not really the same.
No, it has to be like one of those rotary phones that's plugged in
Yeah.
the corner of your house. Ooh,
landline.
Yeah. Ellie, did The Grudge scare you? It scared me, but it's very much along the same lines
No.
of movies like The Ring.
The Grudge didn't
Grudge
scare me, but
overdoes
it did scare my friends because I have seizures, and my friends kept telling me that when I have seizures, that I make the sound that the
Oh,
wife
no.
makes right before the seizure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Iron.
So they were afraid of it, and I was like, okay, like I don't
Dude,
know what to tell
straight-
you because I never heard it.
Straight nightmare fuel. I'll never forget watching that bitch come down the stairs crawling on all fours. I'm like,
Her eyes are
nope.
scary because they're white, but
yeah, but you talk about that, but she mentioned The Exorcist. Like, you remember when the little girl comes down the stairs like that? That is terrifying.
Here's the thing. The Exorcist never scared me, and I don't know if it's because by today's standards, the effects
Well,
in
The
it
Exorcist is
are
amazing.
outdated. It's kind of outdated, and it looks a little
No
silly
way.
by comparison.
No.
I don't think so.
Wrong.
I think
No,
conventional
you can't
effects
even-
are way
you can't even
scarier.
say that because the effects in The Exorcist are more real.
I'm
Yeah.
Literally, that
Like,
little
look
girl
at- look at
broke
the-
her back.
Yeah,
filming
she
that
broke her
movie
back
because
during the
they were
film.
actually
Did she
doing
really?
that.
I'm sorry, but when
Yes.
when the demon's talking about
her-
sticking shit up her ass and all that, it just makes me laugh. I'm like, this is not scary me.
See,
It's making
that
me
was
laugh.
You're a good representation of the desensitized youth destroying this country.
Nate, you should watch Shawshank Redemption with Vaughn.
All
I
right.
like Shawshank Redemption. I like The Green Mile.
At least Shawshank
I
is
like
Morgan
good
Freeman.
movies, and I'm not saying The
That's what I'm
Exorcist is a
saying.
bad
Vaughn
movie.
probably liked Joker too.
I
I'm
didn't
not
watch
saying-
Joker 2.
I'm not saying The Exorcist is a bad movie. It doesn't have the effect on me that it has for some other people.
You need to rewatch it because the effects is so much better than what they can make today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, it's the actual
they would
story
do-
that is scary too.
I'll
They
tell you
would
what.
do all that with CGI, and with CGI, it doesn't even
Yeah.
feel real.
Because you
which is
remember
why
that?
it's not
Did
scary.
anybody watch? Did anybody watch the stupid new one that they made
No.
The
recently?
one that came out.
Oh God!
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
nobody
awful.
liked that.
You know when like they overdo it with CGI, like it does not. That stuff doesn't scare
They
me.
made a new The Ring, or they made a new The
no.
Exorcist.
Wasn't it like the origin or some shit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
the
they
origin.
they removed all the religious elements to it, so it's like a universalist bullshit message.
the
And what's her face?
Well, they
How do you
removed different.
remove religion from exorcism?
Well,
You make it
there's
some
like a
universal
movement.
bullshit.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's like a movement now where it's like, oh, well, there's too many Christian movies for horror, or like, so we gotta like include everybody or whatever.
They can't even
Everyone
keep
needs
it
to be
whatever it's
traumatized
meant.
equally.
And there's a right way to do that. There was actually a great movie that came out with Jeffrey Dean Morgan that focuses on Jewish horror folklore, and I thought that was good.
Oh.
And
What
what
was
was
that
good about
called?
that is he was like a non-practicing
Unholy.
Christian
The
family,
Unholy.
just a regular, occasionally go to church family that accidentally buy one of those boxes and open the shit.
The possession.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
That was good. I liked that a lot. So
Yeah, that
I
was
like when
fine.
they explore other elements without shitting on. You don't have to like what The Exorcist did was, well, all of that Catholic and Christian stuff was actually bad and making it worse. We need to look at all these other religions and
You know what's a
Because it's
good
called
movie
The
tank.
Exorcist. I'm sorry, you don't see that in sub-Saharan fucking Africa, especially called an exorcist.
Actually, we have them there too. We got them all over the place.
Well, I know, but like when you think of an exorcism, it conjures up specific visual representation in your mind. You know what it is. You know what it's referring to. You know it's a Catholic tradition. You know it's exclusively Catholic tradition. So like you can't just change you can't just backdoor change the definition. And be like, well, everybody universalism does this. Like no.
Well, I have a different take.
Of the original film.
Because there's other like cultures and stuff that does like some type of exorcism.
Well, I know.
I think what the reason why a lot of
Vaughn?
That's just why I'm king for two. Vaughn, top 3 sex positions. We'll slide into his DMs and ask him yourself. And let's take it,
Vaughn,
everybody.
first of all, why is so many people call me Vaughn? It's like it's been a consistent throughout my life.
Vaughn?
I've had people email like professors email me at Vaughn Coleman, and they call me, "Hey Vaughn," and I'm like, and it's a very consistent. And I'm like, why of all letters? Why not the G or the A? Like, why?
It's like you're from Wakanda. Your last name is
Asking Vaughn that
Coleman.
question is like my favorite thing that's happened today.
True, but I think. Well, I guess what I was saying is, I think the reason why with the Christian aspect of things is, because there's a definite good versus evil, as opposed to like other ones where it's like, well, like okay, see a lot of African religions, there's not exactly an evil. It's like the devil's a trickster or whatever instead, as like a definite evil source. I think that's why it's easier to do Catholics or Christianity.
Yeah,
and plus we actually know what to do when demons show up. Y'all would be helpless without us. You know, it's all pre-doing kids jokes until somebody gets possessed by a demon, and then you want an extra.
Who you gonna call?
You know what's so sad that a specifically like legit a specific belief system that is just not tapped on hardly at all in modern horror, really at all horror at all, is like legitimate voodoo and hoodoo. I'm talking Bayou. I'm talking like downtown New Orleans, hoodoo,
Skeleton
voodoo,
Key.
like down up there.
Princess and the
Yes,
Frog?
there's a
Skeleton Key.
great.
Really? Okay.
That's a good one. The one I'm thinking of has. Wow, I'm blanking on the name of the movie. It's a classic. It's from the 80s.
An American Horror Story season 2.
Well,
Okay.
Oh, the
honestly,
Covenant.
isn't that where
That-
your origin of your zombies come from? Was from voodoo?
Yeah. Well, the cool part about it is there's not necessarily good or evil. It's just what spirits can you convince to give you luck, or that's condensing hoodoo to its basic
You could
form.
count.
But kinda it. That'd
You
be kind
could
of
count the
interesting.
princess and the frog.
Yeah. I'd love to see more of that, like legitimate
love that
voodoo
movie.
blood magic. That'd be interesting.
Going back to Lost Tapes, didn't they do that same thing for the zombies episode?
Was the zombie one
Zombies
like a
episode
newer
was
one?
good.
I heard they made like a remake.
That was season 3, but I remember that's how they were made, was with voodoo and stuff.
I don't remember that one. I think the one because my favorite
It's
one
silly as shit, man, but it's still fun.
Yeah, well, there's some episodes where you're just sitting there, like the one where the guy's like on a boat and he's in some thing, and like, oh, there could be some creature in the water, and like you're just sitting there, just looking at like different picture screens, shots from like the different angles of the boat or whatever. But I would like stay up to watch that every night.
Yeah,
The best voodoo movie ever made, Serpent in the Rainbow.
Okay.
Wes
okay,
Craven. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
Theo, it's got a
classic.
snake in it, or a snake girl, maybe.
I know Angel Heart had elements of it. I know that was, and it has been years since I've seen that one. I remember really liking that. I'm not a big horror guy, but that was more creepy.
I
really
like
liking-
Angel Heart for its noir, Bill.
Yeah,
but
it was more of a noir detective thriller, but
Real quick, because
and Lisa Bonet's
talk to Allie, but real quick, the fun fact about The Exorcist, I learned this. So did you know? So William Friedkin, you know that one scene where the priest, they're crying at the stairs at the end of the movie.
Oh yeah.
Priests. So fun facts, those were like actual priests, and they couldn't cry because they're not actors. So William Friedkin goes, "Come here." He goes to one of the priests. And he goes, I'm not sure if this is true, but I heard this. He goes, "You're not doing a good job crying, whatever." He takes him, slaps him across the face. He's like, "Oh, now." And so when he's crying because he just got slapped across the face.
He's slapping because
he knew how to get shit done back in the 70s, man.
Wait, which
At
which
the end of the
actors
movie,
were-
when they're like, "Oh my God, he's dead!" Like one of the priests, like in the background, he wasn't.
Oh,
doing a
Allie,
good
you've
job.
encouraged him. Now he just keeps going. MSK Iron, best sex position, cowgirl, missionary.
Don't you
Well,
got
it's
comic
not-
book
Guess
no,
we'll have
no.
to come to Vegas and find out.
It's not funny if you're not asking Vaughn. That's funny.
Kata for Vaughn, bottom 3 sex positions.
I think all the sex
that's-
positions.
Yeah.
I think all the sex positions Vaughn knows he's on the bottom.
Yes, that's why his answer is yes.
Fuck you.
Oh, come on. That was good.
Fuck
That
you,
was
Theo.
good.
That was
This is
great.
projection.
That's why he likes Shawshank Redemption. Now
Hey,
Oh my God.
We're gonna end this
So wait
stream,
a
and
minute.
Vaughn is gonna go into the bathroom and just
Alex,
start questioning
you
his
should come
He's
back.
gonna
I'm
start
so
listening
sorry.
to Iris by
Every
Goo
time-
Rudolph, just like sitting under the shower.
No, every time I'm on a stream with Vaughn, I write him and I apologize. And I'm just like, was I too
No, it's
mean? Like,
fine.
and
No,
I
it's
feel
fine.
really
It's
bad.
fine. No, it's fine.
I do.
Don't worry about it.
Don't I write you?
You
Or
do.
even
You do.
even in the
Don't-
chat.
Yeah.
I'll write him and I'll be like, "I'm really sorry. Did I go too far?" Because
No,
I
it's
don't want to
all
be
good.
mean.
No, it's all good. I'm having fun.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be. All right. So, what else traumatized you as a young?
Don't invite me to your wedding because your toast will be abysmal.
Abysmal
like I have
or
to now.
amazing? Or be like the best
Like
roast.
the toast that I would give would just be the worst thing ever, and I'd DM him afterward and be like, "I'm really sorry that I caused your
All right, this
divorce
is too
on the
far,
day of your
Lawrence.
wedding."
Lawrence Knight for
No.
taking Vaughn likes feet.
I don't get how people can like feet. This is
The
whole
lady
thing.
doth protest too much, methinks.
So
Now I agree. I don't understand.
I don't get it.
some
Like,
women
this
have
is
nice
good,
feet.
dude.
That's it. That's
Yeah, man.
Okay, some women can have a nice like earlobe. Doesn't mean you're attracted to it.
I love how I'm not
How
the
can
one.
you
Think
like
for
feet?
yourself, bro.
You
Change.
can be attracted to that earlobe, but not
So-
earlobe.
Hey, Iron, we
himself.
didn't get to hear what scary movie you like.
Oh.
Oh wait, Allie, did you
Does
say
it have
yours, or did
feet
you
in
say
it?
The Exorcist real quick? what scared you?
No,
did you
my
like the
because the
Exorcist?
scariest one I saw
Oh,
was The Ring.
Ring. Okay, you did
Because
say
it
that.
bled into real life.
Right,
And for a
right.
long time I couldn't watch it. And then I showed it to my kid and she was like totally unfazed.
That's
This
so
is
weird.
gay, Mom. What are you doing?
Yeah,
And
she
I'm
thought I
gonna
was
go into
crazy.
The
She's
Ring.
looking at me like I was crazy. She was like, "This is." I kept asking her, "Are you okay?
What does
Are
your
you
kid
okay?"
think is scary?
My kid?
Yeah.
The new
She
skin in
hasn't seen
Fortnite is
very
less
many. She hasn't seen very many scary movies because I've kind of been going slowly because she's just now 14. But I think if we watched The Fly, that would freak her out.
Cronenberg's Fly? Oh,
Yeah.
Because
Cronenberg's body.
she's terrified of flies and gnats, which is just so
Oh.
weird. Like if she sees a gnat, she will just lose her mind. And I don't know why, because she doesn't have any trauma involved with that whatsoever. And so I'm showing her all these movies and I'm like, this is a scary movie. Like this is probably really disturbing. Like what else? I showed her The Crow, except for I skipped 2 scenes.
The Crow. Crow's amazing.
I skipped the one where she's like naked in the shower and then they have the dead chick in the bed. I skipped that one. And then I skipped like the some of the attack scenes. I skipped that. But like she was fine. But I think if she saw The Fly, that would legit scare her because I told her about it. And she wasn't afraid of Jurassic Park. That was one of the first ones. We watched The Mummy. She wasn't afraid of The Mummy. It was another thing where I kept looking at her like, "Are you okay?" And she was like, "Stop asking me. I'm fine."
Brendan Fraser's
I think
hilarious.
if it was
Brendan
The
Fraser.
Fly, she would actually be scared.
Hmm.
That's what
I
I
still
think
haven't
would
seen that
scare
one.
her.
The Fly.
You and
It's been
fucking
a long
Mars
time.
DeVaughn.
Allie, can you
Jeez.
answer Kata's question in the chat? I'm interested.
Let me
Wait,
get,
how
let me
many
get these
questions?
super
Well, we
chats
have
real
multiple.
quick.
One, good God.
First from Drunken.
Again.
No, Vaughn has damaged car
No, it's
fetish
just Vaughn
confirmed.
again.
That's another movie. with
Oh,
James
I think
Franco.
they're doing it on purpose, buddy.
Top
Top 3
3 feet.
feet. Go. Oh boy, here we go. Kata for
Oh, boy.
$1.99. Allie, top 3 black guys.
Will Smith.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and MSK wants to know if you enjoy the British Broadcasting
Oh,
Channel.
boy.
I'm not into the British Broadcasting Channel. No, I
They
really
got some
feel
good stuff on
like
there. Downton
it's-
Abbey is lit.
Yeah.
Okay,
Downton
but
Abbey,
it's not
upstairs,
gonna be-
downstairs.
It's not going to be worth anything without Maggie Smith.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
You're
true.
right.
We actually seen her
because I'm
die
a
in the second
girl.
movie. It sucks.
Because I'm a girl, I liked Sherlock.
Sherlock's
Yeah.
great.
Um,
I would say Maggie Smith. You might call her the queen of
The
BBC.
pivot is
maybe.
unbelievable.
That might be a thing you could
Yeah.
do.
I rewatched Philosopher's Stone recently and forgot she had just passed. I was like, oh man,
Yeah.
I miss Maggie
Aw.
Smith.
So yeah, it's funny. I had just watched the second because Downton Abbey was a thing in our family. So I just watched the second movie. Didn't know that Violet, her character, dies in that. And I'm asking my mom like,
Did you
don't
cry?
tell me I have to watch Violet die. Don't tell me I have to. Well, in the first movie, she gets cancer. So I mean,
Strider,
we
you're
have-
about to tell me you cried watching Downton Abbey?
no, I didn't cry watching Downton Abbey, you dick. But I was leaning over to my mom
I
like,
don't know, your eye
I don't
twitched.
want to watch Maggie Smith. I don't want to watch Lady Violet.
While he
Bro,
makes
you should look
himself
into
a cake right after.
testosterone replacement therapy, bro. I'm serious.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I feel with well-written shows and well-written characters that I've watched since college.
No, he
I didn't
baked the cake right
I'm like,
after.
come on,
and ate
I
it for a week.
Maggie Smith
Hey,
has
she was a
been
joy.
90 since she was 30 though. So
Correct.
That's
yes.
true.
it's hard to not sort of expect it. Like when you watch Hook, she looks
I
older in Hook
know.
than she
Yeah.
did in
I love
Harry
Hook.
Potter. So
Well, no, they
it's
made
like,
her up for that.
or
Yeah, they
or
made her-
even well, yeah, but she acts so frail. You know,
She
but
does.
then right around the same time as she's making Hook, she's making The Secret Garden, where she's like frail but in charge.
I don't know,
So-
man. She was whooping Alan Rickman's ass in Deathly Hallows Part 2.
was,
Yeah, exactly. It's so weird. I'm like, how even old is she? Like
Right.
she's just able to change her age at will, but she chooses to always, instead of like a vampire, she just chooses to be old all the time instead of young. Very weird.
That is true. Yeah, she's
Seems
been
like a
playing
sweet lady.
elderly roles since she was in her late 30s.
And
like,
nailing
in the
it, by
80s.
the way. So,
And,
I mean,
Yeah.
you
and
know,
if you're gonna look old early, like absolutely cash in on it. I think
Well, same thing with
that's a
Judi
good
Dench.
decision.
I don't recall a young Judi Dench ever. She's always been the old matron in everything she's ever been
Yeah.
in.
Right.
All
Rest
these
in peace,
old-
Maggie
I don't know.
Smith. We miss you.
And
No,
it-
Judi
if
Dench had a
that's
lot of
good
movies when
way
she was younger.
to do, like lean into that, ladies.
Yeah.
All these ladies who are like getting surgery so that they can stay young forever. No, don't do that. Lean into the
Dude, I saw-
oldness
no,
and
no.
become that.
I saw a
So,
woman
that
target
mate.
the other
story.
day.
They did a documentary not too long ago where they had Judi Dench, Maggie Smith, Joan Plowright, and I want to say Eileen Atkins, and they're roasting Judi Dench the whole time. So the only roles we get are the ones they're putting to Judi Dench are the ones that you turn down. It's true.
Well, even there's actresses who have leaned into it other than that too. Like Susan Sarandon's leaned into that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Mhm.
She was hot
Nobody
younger
knew
days,
who
though.
she was aside
Oh,
from
yeah.
Rocky Horror Picture Show before she decided to try and
Oh,
be
watch
like
Little Women. She is a great Marmee. 1994 Little
Little
Women. She-
Women?
Yeah,
Great
Little
Marmee.
Women.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She's very
Ryder,
very.
do you watch any movies targeted at men?
Yes,
What
I do. As a
Little
matter of
Women?
fact, plenty. But I have a soft spot, ladies.
Pause.
Just
I
threw
have
up.
I have a soft spot where there's
Sounds
some,
like
there's
a
some
lot of
depth
things
there.
on you were
Stop
soft.
saying that.
I
It's
need you,
good.
Strider. I need you to elaborate on that just a little more.
No.
Why do you keep making me set up for making clips? I need to
I'm
target someone else.
legitimately queasy now. I know what millennials mean now when they say something gives them the ick.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Keep high notes.
Oh wow!
Ryder, you have to clip this so we can break it down on Touch Grass.
Yeah.
Strider, does Vaughn
Theo
know
pulls
where
out a
you're-
ruler and slaps it on the screen. He's like, okay, guys, what happened here with Strider? Tell me what went wrong.
Oh, the chat's going notes too. Oh no,
Oh,
Kate
shit.
Edinburgh, you need help.
My
Oh,
cowboy hat is like over. It's
Oh.
so much work. That's
Strider.
overcompensating heavy right now.
Strider,
That's
does-
why he wears it. Because then he's
Strider-
gonna go and
He's
say,
trying to
"I have a
alone.
soft spot."
I'm so,
Yeah.
You know what?
He's over
never
there
mind.
watching 365 days and enjoying himself.
Oh no!
Strider,
Well,
does Vaughn know where you're-
there's nude women in there, right?
We
So,
don't-
Yeah, why wouldn't I watch?
No.
Wait, what's?
Wait.
Oh,
Wait,
I
what
bet
do
you really
Have a
like
good show, man.
Twilight. You probably have like a favorite Twilight movie, right?
No, I haven't seen those since they were
Uh-huh.
popular back.
He
in the
hasn't
day.
watched those since he was a little girl.
Since
So you
to-
have-
Since he was a little girl.
God damn it!
That was good. I can like that.
Twilight since I was a little girl.
I'm gonna throw him an escape ladder and go with mine. now.
You and Vaughn can watch
Okay, yes.
Brokeback Mountain together, and it
All
will
right.
be beautiful.
I gotta make a meme.
Well done. Well done. The hat doesn't help. I get it.
Can't not.
You besties.
Drunken already knows where I'm going.
Flowers and chocolates, and then you can
I just remember that
hold
South
up
Park
your little
episode, like,
shirts
oh,
that
we're
you've
out of pudding. I don't know.
bedazzled with some like fake blood. Thank you.
BS Warren.
Meant to be.
You know what's worse? You know what's worse? I'm just gonna steer into this kid. You know what's worse? I actually do like the British Broadcasting Company. I do watch
It's
a lot.
so
of old stuff.
unethical.
You are such a woman, Strider.
That's the most feminine thing you've said now.
Captain Catholic
Strider
story.
threw
It's
himself
literary.
under the
It's
bus.
cultural.
Not
It's British.
necessarily.
Damn it.
Oh
This is
man.
all to get Ali out of a situation with the British Broadcasting Network, and Strider threw himself under the bus.
Right.
You're
Yeah, he
welcome.
really-
Never
He
say I
really
never did
took that
anything for you.
BBC like a champ.
Well,
Oh.
Oh fuck me.
No. The British Broadcasting Corporation is highly unethical.
It
The
is
only
very
the
bad.
only good thing that ever
commies.
happened to it was in V for Vendetta when he like takes it over.
Blew it up. Yeah.
oh my
Yes.
god, I
Terrible
can't
movie, by the way.
breathe.
All right.
So tell us about
So-
your favorite.
When I was growing up, and I'm of a older generation, so I was a little kid in the 80s, grew up mostly in the 90s. So as a small kid, two movies that that I got to watch that creeped me out because they weren't considered to be, or at least my mom didn't think they were that bad at the time, was Poltergeist. She's like, oh, it's Spielberg. He did AT. It'll be fine. Yeah, not knowing it. Yeah, that's actually directed by Tobe Hooper, the guy who did Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And that movie, even though it's PG-13, is legit horror.
Yes.
And it still gets me, especially if you've actually experienced some things. Yes.
They're here.
Even the tree scene is scary.
And the TV will come into play when I talk about The Ring. Now
they did a Poltergeist house at Horror Nights as well, and it was really boring.
I didn't get to go. It was boring. That's really disappointing.
Really boring.
There's so much
I've never seen the movie, but it was one of the more boring ones.
The movie
That
still
one and the new
holds
Chucky one. The new Chucky house really sucked too because it was after the TV show.
Oh God, yeah, the TV show is nothing but gay propaganda.
The Mark Hamill TV show, I think.
Now the movie, the Mark Hamill one was a remake of the movie, which I didn't hate.
Was it? Oh well, it was a TV show then, and he kept.
Wasn't he like an android in that, not a doll?
Yeah, he's like he's like an android connected to the house.
Yeah, he's a smart toy. Like
he's a smart toy you can connect to the house.
A overworked suicidal engineer decides to get his last revenge before by fucking with the programming on one unit that goes to Andy's house. It wasn't bad. It wasn't horror movie remakes.
That's not nearly as
it pissed me off hearing about it.
As a literal serial killer.
Yeah, I
using
agree.
Freaking voodoo to put himself inside a children's toy.
Yeah.
Like, that's
And Brad
really
Dourif
scary.
is Chucky.
Yes.
Brad Dourif.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah, Mark Hamill is no replacement for Brad Dourif at all.
Yeah.
It just
Brad
as a
Dourif
movie
is
by
iconic.
itself, it's all right. Yeah, and he was supposed to be at a horror convention a few years ago that we almost went to, so I missed the boat getting to see that. Luckily, last few times I've just not gone to see somebody I really wanted to see at a convention. They've passed away like right after I didn't go. So luckily he's still kicking. Hopefully I can go to the next one he's at. But so Poltergeist was one, and then
jinxing all of these people. Like
you're right.
We're gonna die.
It's 7 days.
And the original Dawn of the Dead. The original Dawn of the Dead. Not the remake. That one when I was little, because then I watched that, and then I immediately after that watched the remake of Night of the Living Dead. I know it's not a good the perfect zombie movie. Without that movie, nothing else would exist.
Wait, the original is perfect, or the new one is perfect?
The original.
No,
I was gonna say,
not the
do
original.
not tell me that obvious zombie baby is part
Zack
of
Snyder.
the perfect zombie movie.
Oh yeah.
Not at all. That movie's fun, but it's no. The original 70s Dawn of the Dead is the perfect. There would be no Walking Dead. Everything, the concepts, the sense of dread, the world is ending feeling from that opening scene in the inner city to them just being stuck at the mall and done so much better.
Do you know what came from the new Dawn of the Dead that actually is great though?
28 Days Later?
No.
Zack Snyder, Watchmen?
That was fine. But no, if you have the DVD, or I guess you could find it on YouTube now, but if you had the DVD, they made a movie within the movie.
Yes.
Where the guy who plays the guy in
sniper.
like the gun shop or whatever, he made his own movie with his own footage. And it's like a short film, but I think it's like 15 minutes long or something. And it's just this guy alone, and he's talking to the camera, and it goes through like the slow decline of like he's losing it's his whole story, and it even has like this whole thing about his daughter and like her fish, and I like that more than I like that movie a million times more, and nobody even knows that it's a thing. Like you had to get the DVD and watch the extra features. You can watch it on YouTube now, like I said, but that is actually really good. I would watch that again.
It makes the movie better too. There are a few other little short film, like even shorter ones like the high school kids at the party that when it all goes nuts.
Yeah, but that guy
one,
had no
yeah.
reason to do that. They just did it for fun, and he killed it, and it was beautiful
Mhm.
and tragic.
Film from Dawn
Yeah.
of the Dead.
From the remake
Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead from the early 2000s.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
So for a
That
long
came out
time,
when I was in high
zombies creeped me the fuck out because of the original Dawn of the Dead as a kid. So zombies and ghosts scared the shit out of me when I was little.
Did you like Night of the Living Dead, like the original?
Yeah, but I didn't see that till later. Then I started like I started consuming everything zombie and horror related. Going back watching like for everything from 70s zombie movies to slasher movies, all of that.
I love Night of the Living Dead. The original's like one of my favorites.
And then there was a long period where
Much better than the new one.
nothing modern was scary when I was a teenager. Very, very few things. And then things started getting gradually better in the late 90s, early 2000s. Scream, I never thought was scary. It was just kind of a parody. I mean, a comedy.
Yeah.
And
Scream. I think Scream was made for women because of Skeet Ulrich very specifically.
And Strider.
That awoke a lot of. He's nodding. It's like, yeah, Skeet Ulrich.
I'm not nodding. I'm laughing.
That awoke things, I think, in pretty much everybody in my whole friend group, where it's like, yeah, and I think that's led to the decline of female civilization at this point, because they're just like, I want a guy who will stalk me and murder me. That sounds great.
You're so based. I love this.
I guess I did want to add one for my horror movie, I guess, too. The first Alien. Like the first time seeing it.
It's just, an actual horror movie.
Yeah.
The sense of dread and claustrophobia and the original Alien is great.
Yeah.
It's I actually watched that for the first time this year, and it was the 40th anniversary when they
Wait,
released
you just
it in
watched it for the
theaters.
first time?
I did. I've never seen it before.
What?
It's funny.
I watched
seen
it for the first
Prometheus.
time 2 years ago. It's not that weird.
Oh,
No,
well,
I loved it. It's like this is a great time to see it. The 40th anniversary, and of course they were promoting Alien. Whatever the last one was,
The
but
effects are great, but I think it's boring.
yeah, it was good.
You talking
I don't
about
know. I
Romulus?
liked it because I watched Aliens 2. I watched the second Aliens right after that, and I liked the first one infinitely more than the second.
Like-
the second
So,
one. Action is
I-
fun, but it's just the atmosphere, the sound effects, the production, the minimal music, the non-existent music, and even the fact that you never see the alien ever. But when
And
you
they
do,
only need
it's
one.
terrifying.
One alien.
No. Yeah.
Also, what I like about it too is one of the few horror movies. Two things: one, the characters are all smart and they're still getting killed, which makes it scarier.
Yes,
And two, I
definitely.
actually care about all the characters. I can picture all
Right.
their faces.
Yeah,
In
they're-
Friday the 13th, I'm like, yes, Jason, kill all of them. I hate all these people. Like, you know,
I made a mistake without knowing it, where I saw Prometheus before I saw Alien or Predator.
actually like
I still
Prometheus,
haven't
though.
seen Predator actually, but I saw Prometheus
What?
because yeah,
What?
I still
Predator
haven't
is a
seen it.
man.
Predator is
Yeah.
classic.
No, I haven't
Prometheus
seen it.
pisses me
Perfect
off.
film.
I saw
I hate
Prometheus,
Prometheus.
because
I get it.
before I knew it
Oh,
was
I
supposed
get
to
it.
be connected to those at all. I thought it looked
Oh.
interesting, and I saw that like tall white guy in
space
the
jockey.
trailers, and I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, "Oh, what's this? I want to see this." But
Wait,
then
so you're
it's
not,
not
into black
even
guys?
in there, and it made no sense to me. And then they're like, "Oh, it's supposed to be a prequel to these two franchises," and I was like, "This was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my whole life." And it didn't even show the like sexy weird white guy. I didn't even get to see that. So it was a huge disappointment, and now I have no desire to see any of the other movies.
You said
So
sexy
you-
weird
so-
white guy. My
so-
ears perked up.
So you didn't watch Alien
No,
Covenant after that?
straight.
Wait, what?
Covenant is worse than Prometheus. Like you
They're
know,
both bad. They're both
Prome-
awful.
Prometheus was bad, and then I was like, well, at least they brought the aliens back for the sequel. And then I watched I watched Covenant, and I was like, yeah, they didn't learn a damn thing. I'm starting to think Ridley Scott is at a point in his career where he just shoots crap out because he's Ridley Scott and he's got money flying out his ass. He can do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
Well,
But
like,
he's doing the wrong thing. Instead of making new
Sci-fi-
films, he's touching his
What up,
his
Tony?
classics, and it's making it worse.
Yeah.
Sci-fi movies are really difficult to make well, I think, and sci-fi is my favorite genre of anything.
Oh, really? I didn't know. I thought it was fantasy.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Sci-fi is harder to make as a movie because when you read it, you can use the full force of your imagination, but watching it, you're kind of relying on someone else's interpretation of physics.
Right.
Which is really depressing half the time. Like Ender's Game was also one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life, but it's my favorite sci-fi book. And they just like eviscerated it and made it look stupid.
Yeah.
So it's difficult. It's a difficult
what about
genre to film.
what'd you think of the Dune remakes?
I just don't like Dune.
Oh, okay. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
But I saw
Acquired taste.
I didn't finish the first remake. And then I got, I don't even remember how far I got. I don't even think they got off Paul's planet yet. But
Why
I
are we
kept
still doing
waking
this?
up.
They stay there the
top
whole
10
time.
white guys. Peter Steele is number 1 white guy. No, I don't even think they had left Paul Atreides' planet yet and gotten to Dune. But I kept waking up and I would hear every time I woke up from watching it, I would just hear, and I was like, what is this soundtrack?
Hey,
And
that was
then I'd
pretty
go
good.
back
Do it
to
again.
Sleep. And then I would go back to sleep, and
I'm
I'd be
gonna hose
woken
down
up
the whole
again
panel after the show.
with this ululation, like these feminist women just screaming at me. And I was like, I have no desire to watch this movie because the background score makes me want to kill things. And so I just haven't watched it. And that's despite having what's his name? Aquaman in it. That was the only reason I was watching it anyway, because it had Aquaman in it. But I can't even enjoy that now. So yeah, I haven't watched those. They look terrible. I hate that Willy Wonka kid. He sucks.
Timothy, I'm burnt out on him. And I'm sorry, Jason Momoa, Aquaman's best acting was when he barely talked in Game of Thrones.
Absolutely.
Pretty much shit and everything
even,
else.
Even his character in that I've only seen season 1 and I saw it like 5 seasons too late. But even his character, the ending was terrible. I was like, wow, they just totally ruined this whole character who was really cool and awesome and intriguing. And they just totally cuck him by this chick who's like, oh, learn about love, blah, blah, blah. We must love each other. And then he does.
In the book,
and it kills him. And men should remember that. Don't ever, ever, ever let a woman break you down like that. That was depressing. That was embarrassing. If I ever see George R.R. Martin, I will punch him in his fat face for what he did to that character.
Yeah, get him.
So stay single forever.
He wasn't that way in the book.
No, just don't be a pussy. We've talked about this.
I don't want to read the books.
Well, I'm just saying. They give her an arc. In the book, he is not like that. He does not need to he does not need to be taught by her to do anything. So she is the one. She is there to breed and to have sex with and produce heirs. No, he's not like that at all. He likes her, so he doesn't like treat her like a breeding mule or whatever. But she is definitely there to be a tool to produce sons. I get that. Yeah, I get that. They couldn't let him stay that way though.
I don't like Game of Thrones though. I don't think he's a good writer. And although he did write The Hedge Knight, which was a short story, and that was pretty okay. I didn't hate it, I guess, is the best.
House of Dragon's not bad either.
But I just don't like Dune. I think Dune is overrated, and it's
not everyone's cup of tea.
It holds Islam on a pedestal that I find really disturbing, and it's also just really boring and too weird. The best thing about the original movie was straight up Sting and Brad Dourif.
I agree.
And
I think the original's superior to the current ones.
Yeah, and it's depressing because Sting was supposed to be naked in that scene where he has like the weird thing on. And at the last second, they went and got some like some piece of the set from another movie and just like glued it on him. And I will never, ever, ever forgive them for not letting me see Sting naked when he was 20 years old. That is a crime, and I refuse to let it go.
She never got to see the icon.
Real quick, Emily Kruger just brought up a great point. The Netflix show Dark is one of my favorite sci-fi fantasy themed shows. Dark is amazing.
Dark is
I love
good.
that show.
Dark is really good.
I've never heard of it, but I canceled Netflix
I
like
love
10 years
Dark.
ago.
If you can find it on alternative methods, it's worth a
Oh,
watch.
like Yoho methods?
Exactly.
Like...
Exactly.
Brandon
It
Jack
is
Sparrow.
in
So, Allie, what do you
German.
think of-
You can either watch subtitled. The dubbing is actually good because several of the actors that are in the
Is
show
it
actually do their
Korean?
own voices. No, it's German.
So, Allie, what do you think of Stranger Things?
It's
Horror.
true. Okay. Stranger Things.
You didn't watch that on Netflix?
Do you like Stranger Things?
Oh,
I love Stranger Things.
Not really. No.
She's laying a woman
I
down.
love
Don't
it.
fall
No.
for it. As soon as
Love
you
it.
say
I
you
don't
like
care what
Stranger
you
Things,
say.
she's
It's
gonna
great.
bully you for it.
Strider's like, no, ma'am, I
No.
didn't like Stranger Things.
It's overrated as shit and played out, but I did appreciate
It's
the
great.
nods
You're
to
wrong.
Spielberg. Well, I appreciate
Stranger
the
Things just
nods
fine.
to Spielberg 80s films. They really paid attention to the set to a lot of the set design, because a lot of the stuff that a lot of the furniture and the decorations in all these people's houses in the 80s, I recognize from my childhood. So fuck off. It's Stranger Things.
You're like
It's
really
dying
into
now.
the decorating, you know?
Oh boy.
I reminded of my childhood, if that makes any. Oh,
I'm
God,
Strider.
I can't
I'm
win.
so sorry. I don't know what is.
Oh
Lord.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
No.
You're gonna well
thing-
at least
best
she-
thing that I can
you
say-
know you can expect an apology later, so that's cool.
Stranger Things for me just keeps ruining great D&D villains that D&D players D&D players know and love very much, and it's turning them into mainstream like garbage. I'm just like, this
But
is
it
not
made it
this.
popular.
This is
Come
not who
on.
Vecna is. This is not who the.
Well, I
this
would.
is
I
not
would.
who
I didn't even know
Demogorgon is.
those characters.
Everything
Well,
that gets
would
made
argue
for
with
Ryan
Brandon,
would
you're
get
not-
successful. Film will
One at
be
a
like,
time.
I knew this guy when he was indie. Now he sucks.
everything that gets made popular.
I totally get it.
Ruined.
I agree with Selena though. I can guarantee that Wizards of the Coast would have remained unwokeified and uncrap if Stranger Things had not been a thing. Because that's when it started being people started to perk up because their ears started to perk up. Oh, the Stranger Things, it's a huge, because remember when the first season came out, it was a smash hit. Everyone was talking about it.
You
It was
gotta keep in
gigantic.
mind.
So we're remembering D
I
and D
think
was
it
a
was
thing.
it
And
was
like, oh,
astroturfed because it's not that good. Like,
well, I mean, it doesn't matter
No,
if it was
the
good or not.
reason-
Everybody watched it. Everybody loved it. So like having
the
it.
reason people like it is purely because of something that you said specifically, where you said it reminded me of my childhood. It's 100% nostalgia bait. If they made it and said it today, no one would care. And they got halfway decent child actors, which isn't easy to do. But they should not have made any more seasons after season 1.
I agree. Season one was actually a solid. It was a solid beginning and end season. Didn't need anything else.
I know what
That's the best thing that I can
respect it
say
for what
about
it
it.
is, and it's fine.
Is
Season
it only
4 was-
needed to be a season 1, and I wish it stopped, and I don't want to see any more of that chick's face. I don't care how old she is. I don't want to see her anymore. I wanted her to be that forever. Just go away. Go away. You suck.
Allie, you do realize that season 5 is supposed to drop at some point this year, right?
Really?
Even though they made more than
They're going to
3.
wrap everything up. I liked
better.
the last season a lot.
Last season was decent. 2 and 3 were ass, but
They've had
4
good
actually did
actors.
good.
They know it's just pure nostalgia bait.
Yeah.
It's not trying to be anything profound. It's just a
But the first season was quite
remember
profound.
that?
It was quite interesting
Think so?
and profound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. First season was good.
It was so much of like you already know that, like, it's just he's taken from Spielberg and Stephen King for everything. Like Firestarter, we get it. It's everything.
Some anime, Elfen Lied. Take a lot of,
But at least it was interesting, and the characters, like you care about the characters, but like it's not as good as everyone seems to think that it is.
If you want to come see,
I can agree.
I
with
pretend
that.
it
Dark
has
is
only
way
season
better.
1. The same way that I pretend Riverdale has only season 1, I pretend that Stranger Things has only season 1.
Don't remind me
What,
of
I
what
pretend
the hell
Riverdale
is
wasn't
with
made.
Riverdale? How are you making Archie comics the most milquetoast, like the most milquetoast, happy-go-lucky, golly gee whiz comics? How are you making it into a dark, gritty TV show? How the fuck does that work?
Wait,
How do you have this strong of an opinion about girls' comics, bro?
Okay.
Hey, I like Archie's Weird Mysteries.
You can't ask how they did it if you haven't seen it, because
No, but
I think
why?
for
Why would you
season
do-
1 they did
Okay.
a good job,
Okay.
but just for season 1.
Okay. It just, I was just like, what a weird treatment to give the dark gritty remake.
Okay,
like,
here, I can
Did
explain.
you watch Sabrina the
comics are on
Teenage Witch
Walmart.
too? The dark gritty
No.
remake of that?
That was fucked up.
I
didn't
just
like
pretend that doesn't exist. No, I can tell you exactly how they did it. Do you want to know how?
Sure.
Mr. Strider guy.
I don't really care either way. It just seems weird.
Okay, so this is my conspiracy theory. Okay, just so you know.
Okay.
You know, The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Sure.
I love Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Yeah, me too.
It's awesome.
Brenda song is hot,
I was
by the way.
I was a little bit too old for that, but I still knew what it was. And the twins are really good actors. They've been in a couple other things, and they're actually pretty underrated.
Isn't one of them
Well,
in prison now?
As you
What?
might be
They're both-
aware.
No, they're both successful.
Oh, okay.
Successful men. Yeah. They're good.
Do you know why they're successful though?
Oh no, why?
Uh-oh.
Swimming
They sucked dick at the Diddy party.
No. No, they were
No?
spared that. And this is where my conspiracy theory comes in, because I was a huge fan of that's adorable.
Cool.
I was a
Nice.
huge fan of Mary-Kate and Ashley.
Okay.
The Olsen twins.
Yeah.
And what they did when they were kids is they started a company.
Elizabeth Olsen's better.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, their little sister?
Yeah,
I have a theory about her too. But so their company, when they turned 18, they were handed the reins of this company that made all of their movies growing up. And do you know what they did with that company?
What?
I think it's called Dual Star. They signed those two little boys. That's the only people they represent are Zach and Cody. I can't remember their real names.
Okay.
Colin and Dylan, I think.
Colin Dylan Sprouse. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They signed them, and took them under their wing, which is why they were saved from all the horrors of Hollywood. So that's why. And one of them, for a little while, he went to like work in New York as a waiter or something.
Really?
But the one who went to work, he's back acting now. But the one who went to work in Riverdale, that's what they did. He's Jughead. And they made Jughead sexy. And that is how they turned Riverdale into like a YA kind of, girly sort of soap opera thing instead of like a silly milquetoast comic.
Yeah.
Because of the Olsen twins.
Interesting.
And Elizabeth Olsen has her own problems because she was their dumb little sister, and they did a whole song when she was a kid about how she's annoying and she needs to go away.
I remember hearing something about
But
that.
it said BUTT out, and I have that on VHS still. I still have it. And she's like sad and crying in it, and they just mock her endlessly. And I think that's why she has this obsession in playing like these dark characters that have family issues.
Or maybe that's why she's
I'm
good
much
at it.
too invested in the Olsen family. I'm just telling you right now, because their brother was in Not Another Teen Movie, and he just
know they had a
plays
brother.
like that asshole retard. They have two brothers.
What?
Interesting. I didn't
Oh,
know
I
that.
only thought it was Mary Kate and Ashley. I didn't know it was any other people.
Well, you have to
Frickin'
have
Scarlet
known about
Witch.
Elizabeth Olsen because she's in the Marvel.
Scarlet Witch, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about that. But when I think of them, I just think Mary Kate and Ashley, whatever.
Yeah.
For the longest
they don't
time,
work
I
anymore.
didn't know that Mary Kate was hyphenated. That was referring to one person. I thought it was Mary Kate and Ashley. Well, I've seen two of them. I wonder if the two of them on screen, is that Mary or Kate or is that Ashley? I don't know which is which.
Is that a bit?
It's like the
Is that a
meme.
joke?
One of them can tell you how you'll die. The other one can tell you when.
So, so now, Allie, as a kid, no, that's not a joke. I legitimately thought that for a little bit.
So you thought the twins were triplets?
Yeah, and I thought we just never saw one for whatever reason. I don't know. Again, I was in the single digits.
Did
I was
anybody see
I didn't-
Did anybody see Love and Death? The
Love, Death, and
the
Robots?
miniseries Love and Death.
Love, Death, and
Love and
Robots.
Death.
Oh, Love and
Yeah.
Death. It was Elizabeth Olsen was in it. It was a true story.
Never.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see. It was
Is
like
this
set
where
in
she's
the
naked in a
1980s.
cult or that?
I know there's a show called Love, Death, and Robots, but I've never heard
Love
of
and
it.
Death. I just looked into it, but I've never seen it.
Love, Death, and
I've
Robots
never
is
even
pretty
heard of
cool. Though it's pretty good. It's pretty dope.
It's
Yeah,
a
I
good show
think-
though.
She play a character who has family issues again, like a disturbed family issue character.
Jesus.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, I knew it.
She ends
I've
up
never
like-
even heard of it, and I
She's
knew it.
the one she's a
Has an
widower.
affair.
Her husband dies, right? No, never mind. Different one. I don't even know. Yeah, you're right. And thinking about it, a lot of the stuff I've seen her in, it's all family.
No, different one. She's
Wait.
she's a murderer.
Aaron, real quick, did you ever finish going through your horror movies?
No, I didn't. Thank you for asking. Okay, yeah. So there was like a slow period where I was scared as a kid, and then I really enjoyed horror movies, as a teenager through like once I was about to turn 20. I still do love them, but nothing really has that stick with you. There'll be the jump scares and everything, and gore porn is just gore. Those have never scared me. It's like just challenge to see if you can get through them.
Not
But then
even like body horror.
now Cronenberg's something different. Body horror, yeah. The Brood, I think, is his scariest movie ever. And
Or what's the walrus one? Tusk.
I hate everything Kevin Smith does. I think he's an overrated piece of shit.
He did a hell of a Daredevil comic, but yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, Dogma was meh. And it's just the same shtick. Oh, Clerks. It's like, okay, yeah, that's just shit you would see in the 90s outside.
Well,
It's nothing that special.
Dogma had good actors in it, and that's why
Yes,
people like it.
Alan Rickman was fantastic. Now, then horror started getting good in the late 90s, early 2000s. They started making a lot of the Scream clones, like you mentioned, Disturbing Behavior, better than the original and actually kind of scary. But then
That was the early 2000s, though.
Yeah. The early when they started adapting Korean and Japanese horror movies is when shit started getting real again, because ghosts and zombies are two of the things that actually freak me out.
Well, and Japanese and Korean ghosts are like
Oh, freaky.
they're
No
actually
joke, they'll
really
fucking kill
scary.
you.
Like they make no sense, and it's really weird, and there's no way to beat them, and they can just be anywhere.
Japanese folklore is terrifying.
Guys,
It's very scary.
Iron, did you get this from Savage Dad? I'm gonna share my screen. Savage Dad made this.
I saw it.
Are you sharing your screen?
I'm sharing my screen.
Wait, is it what I hope it is? He said he was going to make a meme when he streamed with me last week.
What is it?
I don't know. As I was saying,
Yeah, we didn't see Jack.
Let him finish his horror movies. It's been like an hour.
yeah, I know. Like we really do need to wrap up this.
Quick, somebody else interrupt him.
Okay, so Poltergeist was a scary movie as a kid. It stuck with me. The Ring comes out. That actually got to me. It was the TV, because TV's fucked with me because of that. And it, I wasn't like losing sleep, but it just fucking bothered me. So if I'd see it, I'd see a TV on in the other room. I'd go turn the shit off. But I was out walking the dog, and a neighbor's house just had the windows open, no lights on, and one TV on static. And that memory actually fucks with me more than the actual movie.
Yeah, because it was all these little objects
I think-
that were all around you, like a hairbrush, you know, and you're like, oh god.
Did you watch the whole? Did you watch the whole film, like the actual Ring film? It was a special feature on the DVD, and you could just watch it start to finish. Yeah, it's a fucker.
Wait,
I hate
but like the
original. No, the American one. The Japanese one's good, and it's scary, but the American one is much scarier.
It's better, but I like the effects from the Japanese one more.
Mm-hmm. And
but the reverse is
the
true
Japanese
for the
one
Grudge,
even had good actors. The Grudge is scary for jump scares, but after that, it's like I'm not going around like looking at little kids waiting for them to meow at me. It doesn't really fuck with me after.
Well, the
now,
other
there is
Grudges got really
unless
bad.
you're in Japan.
Yeah. Now I've watched all the Japanese. There's a ton of them.
Then there's ones like Tale
Grudge
of Two
movies.
Sisters, like that's Korean,
Yeah.
I think, but that's really crazy.
I like that one.
A lot of their stuff is just really, really psycho stuff. That's gonna haunt. It's all gonna haunt you, and it's meant to follow you into real life because that's like they do. A lot of them do actually legit believe that these ghosts are real, and they will find you. And that's why in Disney, the what's it called, the Haunted Mansion, they couldn't have ghosts in the Haunted Mansion, so their version of Haunted Mansion is just like a silly monkey, like causes magic to happen, and objects dance around. So you can't even have anything ghost there because it freaks them out. You can't say, "Oh, a ghost will follow you home," because they will freak out.
Allie, just out of curiosity, have you seen Holic, the anime?
Never heard of it.
Oh, they do a lot of like Japanese ghosts and stuff. Vagabond, have you seen it? It's like
I know what you're talking about. I haven't watched it, but the ghost one that I watched that I recommend for everybody is called Yomishibai.
I've seen it.
Yeah, and it's like if you watch Dante's Inferno, where it's like cardboard cutouts. So it is basically.
That's what I was trying to share, but my computer said "fuck you" for some reason.
I still don't see nothing.
Fuck you, Prof. I'm gonna poison your drink in Vegas.
Well, I stopped sharing because my computer said "fuck you."
Oh, but
so y'all, George Foreman just died, guys.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
76.
Vaughn. And
No,
Guy, I just
it's
met.
Strider.
Don't apologize.
That was good. That's a good meme.
I did
Strider.
something that I can't
So-
take back.
Just come to.
I didn't
Barovia
mean to
and pick
derail
out
you,
all the-
Vagabond.
Oh, no worries.
So where can is this anime dubbed? Is it kind of mainstream, or is it one you got to watch subbed?
You're gonna have to
A
watch
lot
it
more
sub.
low key.
But
I figured.
But each episode is like 5 to 7 minutes long, and it's modern yokai stories in Japan. So you could just I highly recommend it if you're into like ghost stories and stuff.
Yeah, especially if you're like into anthology horror, it's definitely something you should probably check out.
Yeah, I got real into after I think it was around that, and I was really disappointed with the film The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh yeah,
because it was one of my favorite comics. So when I was younger, I was trying to do my own great book, Vaughn.
Fantastic.
I was trying to do my own take on it. And one of the characters was based on a Japanese mirror ghost that is similar to like the Bloody Mary legend we have here. That's just meant to scare kids in the 80s. And it's all based on bullshit.
Yeah.
But their shit with their mirror ghost is fucking terrifying. So that was one of my team of monsters, kind of a ripoff of that I was working on for a while. For fun, it was that Spring Heel Jack from the British legend and a couple other things. But yeah, I got real into that. Now back to the Ring stuck with me, and then there's horror movies started to get nerfed again and went to shit. But recently, there's one director. Have you seen Hereditary?
Ooh, I like Hereditary.
Hereditary was phenomenal.
fucking, you
Is it
feel
really
sick
so
for
fucked up?
days.
Yeah.
You could say,
I didn't
while you're
see. I saw
watching it,
some
it's
reviews and it
boring,
looked
but-
really stupid.
you could
No,
say
it's
Hereditary.
slow- it's a slow burn.
You could say Hereditary was knocking some heads off. Am I right?
Kick him.
But
Yep, you're gone. You're gone.
Was it? Because I kind of thought it was supposed to be like that movie
Yes, I'm not
Mom and
catching
Dad
things anymore.
with Nicolas Cage. Was that what it was?
No, nothing like that at all. Actually, Hereditary is really good. It's a slow. It's not a just constant jump scare fest. It builds up to it, and then when it does
Slow burn.
something that just really gets you, it gets you hard. All of this guy's movies are like that. Shut the fuck up! I'm gonna kick you for real.
Yeah,
Why
suddenly
is
I'm not
that
looking
guy
so
all
bad
over
now,
that?
am I?
What the hell?
The
just
other
trying to
movie
be-
the guy did, Midsommar.
Yeah.
Dread,
yeah.
but you feel sick
kinda
for
wanna see
days
Ariana,
after
dude.
watching that shit.
My girl.
I wanna
Florence
see
Pugh.
Midsommar
Making people
made
in
me
it.
so nauseous. It's like you're on a constant
Really?
acid trip with them, and it's just
Why would you? But
the
wait, that
worst.
doesn't sound like it's scary. It just sounds like it's gross.
Well,
Oh no, it's gross. It's
both.
scary.
It's
like,
gross, but
Midsummer is very. I like Hereditary better because it's more.
I do
real
too.
horror, like
And-
That's a good way of saying.
yeah.
I think
I
is the
haven't
Witch
seen
one of
either
his
of them.
movies.
The Witch is
No,
also
The
his
Witch is
one.
Robert
No,
Eggers.
No,
The
no,
Witch-
the
that's
Witch
Robert
is
Egger.
the Witch is Robert Eggers.
Yes, same guy.
Right.
Yeah.
fantastic.
But it
I
had the same
saw-
kind of feel where it lingers after.
Yeah.
I saw The Northman, and that one
Northman's
was
good.
pretty
Northman's
scary.
great.
For
I haven't watched that yet.
The Northman's pretty
so good.
scary if you're not a Viking.
Northman's fucking amazing.
I don't know, I'm not a Viking. I loved it.
I mean,
Like,
like
this is
because he was
metal as
committing
hell.
acts because he was committing acts of terror and like freaking them out. Like that must have been
Yeah.
really scary.
I will avenge you, father.
Yeah, I
I
can
will
get that.
save you, mother. I will kill you.
Yeah, that one
Fiona.
I didn't find that scary at all. It was just a very good under. I can't believe that movie
What
didn't
about
do
know,
The
really well.
Cell?
Oh, did it not do well? I didn't know that.
I forgot.
with Vincent D'Onofrio and Jennifer Lopez. I actually like
Mm-hmm.
that movie.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
It
What
was
was,
really
It's kind of a
creepy,
sci-fi
though.
serial killer movie. So
Yeah, but it was really creepy, and it had that like slow kind of sitting on the edge of your seat sort of
Mhm.
thing the whole time, mixed in with all this really weird imagery and stuff. And Vincent D'Onofrio is good in everything, even though now even since I was a kid, all I can ever see him as is him going sugar water, more sugar water.
No,
Men in
Vincent
Black?
D'Onofrio is he's a
Yeah.
if it's weird that he's a character actor and he's different in everything because he's so distinct looking. He's just this big fucking guy.
Yeah.
But he really does change everything about kind of like Gary Oldman, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Always
Yeah, but
different in
Gary
everything.
Oldman,
Fun
half the
fact.
time you don't even know it's him. You're just like,
Right.
oh, that's
And he's
Gary
a
Oldman.
true
He looks like
chameleon
that.
actor.
Remember the farmer's wife from Men in Black? She actually she used to give me acting lessons. She, like,
You're kidding.
Really?
I'm not kidding. She was a family friend.
Wow.
Yeah, she's
I
a
get-
really,
oh,
really
I
well
get it.
known
Why you're so
character actress.
shamelessly good at marketing now? It's because she taught you.
No,
Yes, no,
she
because
didn't teach me to market.
no.
She taught me
No,
to
I didn't
act.
get to act either.
No,
That wasn't
no.
a very convincing no.
No, because
You might want to get your money back, Vaughn.
because the reason that she had a different role in Men in Black. She had a minor character role. And when she came in to look at it, she said, I want to be the farmer's wife. And they told her, okay. That's the only reason. Is
That's
because
not-
she said she wanted
probably
it.
auditioned.
No, she said, this is canon. They said
she
so.
say that?
The director.
Oh, I
Yes.
didn't know that. I never
They
asked.
both
I'll have to
said
ask her about
so.
that. I'll have to ask
In real life, we call canon truth.
I'll have to ask her. 'Cause I never
Because
really
real life
asked her
canon.
her story, but I know she was in. She was the bus driver in Forrest Gump too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Vagabond's back.
really?
There we
Oh,
go.
that's funny.
Yeah.
I love that
But
movie.
anyway, that was just a little
like that movie.
tidbit. Did we get through your horror
Um,
movies?
Might as well have. Yeah, I think so. I can't think of anything else. I just want one. I was just going to talk about the ones that kind of stick with you, and that's what movies like The Exorcist and all those had, and a lot of newer horror movies are just there for the jump factor.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, what about movies that kind of did both? So, did you guys see House on Haunted Hill, the remake?
Nah.
No.
What?
The
haven't
Netflix
seen it.
one?
No, what? No, House
that's
on
a Haunting
Hill
at
that
Hill
came
House.
out-
Oh, right.
Yeah, Haunting of Hill House is different. House on Haunted
I think
Hill
it was good, though.
was a Vincent Price black and white that
Yeah,
was
I know that.
Yeah,
really
I've seen the
cool.
original.
But then they made a remake with Ali Larter
Oh,
and
right.
those two comedians and freaking Captain
Liam Neeson
Barbosa.
was-
What's Captain Barbosa's
no.
name? His real name?
Jeffrey
Yeah.
Rush.
Jeffrey Rush, yeah, with Jeffrey Rush and Ali Larter and that black guy from Rent, and it was really really good. Like it's shockingly good, and almost all of it is actual effects. Why are you looking at me?
The effects are
should I have
good, but
said
I
that-
actually hate
Should I have
that
said
movie.
that black guy from Angel? Like, is that better? Like,
I don't even know who. I
don't remember his name.
To.
What's his name? He's usually singing. He was also in Chicago.
See, my problem with that movie, it's kind of like a lot of people
Wayne
of a
Brady?
certain age group love that movie, along with 13 Ghosts and Ghost Ship. And I think all of those movies are
Nobody
fine,
likes
but
Ghost Ship.
way overrated. Oh, I know.
Everybody likes the first 5
only
minutes.
people
But
only
do.
like the first 5 minutes of Ghost Ship. Nobody
I know
likes the
some
rest
people
of it.
that are pretty into it. They're all about like that age group below me.
Y'all know Tommy Sotomayor? I was in
Tommy Sotomayor.
Yeah, Sotomayor. Yeah. He his daughter actually really likes Ghost Ship. He mentioned it on a what was it, on a Twitter space the other day where he had Isaiah Washington on.
He's still around?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I thought he got
Wonder
like,
Rhymes can
banned
get
from
to
the
him, little
internet for
yeah,
being,
he
like,
got
too
banned from.
based.
Yeah, he's
Well, he
way
got
too
kicked off of
based.
Grey's Anatomy, and then the internet decided they hated him for like 2 seconds, and now he's still around. It's good. He's a good actor.
Cool.
He's also based as hell, apparently.
Oh, I didn't know he was an actor.
Okay.
I thought he was just a weird YouTube guy.
He also did a ton of charity
Yeah,
work out
he
in
was
Africa.
he was huge on YouTube like 12 years ago, and then I thought that he was banned from the internet.
Jesse L. Martin. Thank
Martin,
you.
he's the. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of a different black guy then.
Tay
Diggs.
Diggs.
That's who I was talking about.
Okay.
They don't all look alike.
Sometimes.
I wasn't gonna say it, but you did. Which is kind of
That's
funny.
one of my
I
favorite
will-
things that ever. No, that's one of my favorite things that ever happened on television.
Is that why you don't have a top 3 black guys, because you think they all look the same?
Oh my god.
Yeah, they all look like Will Smith.
Ouch! You could say they all look like Denzel Washington or Andre Brower, but Will Smith, yikes!
Yeah, those are the kind of guys to do
What's
it
wrong
for you,
with Will
Strider.
Smith?
Yeah, Strider, why did you have two
Only
hot black
everything.
guys just on deck like that? Why, that was like very top of mind
Denzel
for you.
Washington is one of the best actors in this generation. And Andre Brower
is right.
was amazing in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Andre Brower's a deep cut, though.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Everybody knows who Andre Brower is. Come on, man.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
There you go.
He's more of a TV actor. He's been in a few movies.
Oh, he was in
Um,
Glory. I remember that. That's about it. I don't know if I'm from anything else.
All right. Well, we're going a little over on time. I know a lot of people got some other places to be, so we're gonna go ahead and go around the horn, start wrapping up. We'll start at the bottom with Vagabond. What you got going on, man? You got a new computer.
Yeah,
That's promising.
I finally got. I'm streaming on my new computer. Well, I'm on your stream on my new computer that I built. So I could probably host people. So I swear it's not hentai podcast. It's coming soon, folks. I know it's been a long time waiting.
Wait, a hentai podcast?
No, I swear it's not hentai podcast.
Oh, okay.
So,
I was gonna say I'm not sure you could do that.
no, it's stuff where
No.
I swear it's not hentai. And
So you say.
So it's yaoi.
No, it's not even yaoi, but
Incredibly
basically-
suggestive and sexual, but yeah.
Okay, basically the gist of it
So
is
it's Yuri.
it's not even Yuri.
No, it's
So
etchy.
So it's
You,
Guro.
it's etchy. It's etchy.
Well,
you don't know. You don't
seem to
know
know
your
a lot of
role.
the terms.
You know
You know way too
Yeah,
much
I
about
spent
cartoon
a lot of
porn.
time on 4chan in 2006.
Well,
like,
the
So did I,
premise
and I know
is,
those terms too,
imagine someone describing you a show, but if you get past the premise, it's actually pretty good. It has nothing to do with hentai or anything. Like my favorite,
Hence the name.
Mysterious Girlfriend X. But
I like how your sell of your show is that it's not hentai. So I do know one thing about it now.
yeah, so Oh,
She swears by it too.
And I know when to not watch it.
No, but yeah,
I'm
like I
gonna
said,
watch it.
I swear it's not hentai. Like it's like when you're watching the show as an action and someone walks into the room at the wrong time, and they're like, "The hell you watching?" Or you're listening to a VTuber, but the people who don't hear you watching the VTuber, the VTuber screaming, think you're watching a hentai or something. But
I love Pippi.
What kind of VTubers you watch? And I want to join.
Pippi's the best.
Pippa Pipkin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pippa rocks.
But yeah, my favorite.
I'm pretty sure she's V.
Yeah, I watched Scoo-chan and Scoo-chan's and Coroni-chan's my favorite.
Crony rocks. So does Scoo-chan. I used to watch back when they were all what is it? Vyugan?
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to watch all those girls. Or well, no, I still do watch all of them. Momo doesn't stream that much though, not anymore. I don't
Got a
think.
jump scare from underneath there.
Oh god.
I watch like everybody.
Don't remind me.
I ain't gonna lie.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
I have a life, so I don't watch a lot of VTubers.
Oh, well, I don't
there
have
it
a
is. I was waiting.
You are missing out.
I was waiting for me to catch it.
Yeah, I'll finish up real quick. And then tomorrow I'll be on AS Kicking It Saturday with anime. And I'm there every Saturday, so catch me there.
Awesome, man. Nate, what you got coming up, man?
All right, I'm mainly doing this for Iron, but this upcoming Saturday, Curse of Strahd, episode 19. I hope to see everybody there. My players are currently in the middle of some shit, and they may or may not be walking towards their doom at the moment. Come see us next Saturday and find out. Iron, usually I'm here when I feel like it. Theo, I will be on your show tomorrow, actually, and then later on tonight I will be on the Touchgrass podcast with Drunken Emerald Arrow, and yeah, that's
Touchgrass is at night.
No, I said Theo's show is tomorrow.
Oh, my bad.
Use your ears, Vaughn.
No, you said Touchgrass.
No, he did say
Arrow.
tonight,
Yeah.
right? He said tonight.
Bring your dice so you can play along.
You know what? Moving on. Fucking shit. I feel like a damn target. God.
Oh my God, Strider's had it so much worse than you. Crawl down off your cross and finish plugging your shit.
Yeah, Strider's been
I'm
biting the
called
pillow
Nate.
this whole fucking stream, and you're sitting over here bitching for no goddamn reason.
Move on to Warren.
It's the hat. I get it. It's a lightning rod.
All right.
Yeah, that's what it is.
BS Warren, what do you got coming up, man?
Yeah, so you know me, I'm BS Warren. I'm the Blacksmith of Worlds author of Young Monarchs Last War of the Eight Kingdoms, which is available now. It's an epic adult high fantasy novel about 8 rural heirs who band together to save their world from all-out war following an insane week-long bender on mushrooms. Super high octane. It's got lots of royal intrigue. It's absolutely awe-inspiring. Loads of it's got I include loads of clashes out on the open battlefield between the forces of good and evil. Super grand scale stuff that's available right now. You can click on the books tab at my landing page. I'll have some merch come out eventually. I got to reorder some inventory after this next con. Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, after this next con I'm going to order some more inventory. I'll be at Virginia Beach Anime Fest on April 5th.
Nice.
So if you're in Virginia Beach that day, stop by for that single day convention. Pick up a copy from me. I'll have stickers available too, featuring all your favorite characters. And in 2026, book 1 of the Fist of Terrorheim series is going to be dropping. That's going to be a savage new saga, drenched in blood and glory, carved in the wake of a falling star. Can't talk. But yeah, that's you know me.
Right on, man. Links are in the chat. Strider, where can people find you other than X?
Absolutely nowhere. I'll work on getting it back. Everything's gonna be on hold until I do. I was gonna try and do. I'll actually, you know what? I'll do my YouTube. I haven't done that in a while, but I am gonna be doing whenever I get my account back. I'm gonna be doing a live stream, and you can whenever I'll find a way to broadcast it and help y'all know where to watch it.
And we can share out the links until you can get everything squared away, man. We'll help you out any way we can.
Appreciate it. I'd love to not be hacked anymore. That just pisses me off, But we'll see. See if I can
Right
come back
on.
as not me.
Vaughn.
Yeah, so
Vaughn.
so you can find so I for once don't have a crowdfunding campaign right now, but I have cool things in the works. So issue 2 is coming out. Issue 1 you can get. Head on over to my website and join my email list. I'm not modded. This is blasphemy.
That's all right. I'm not modded either.
I'm not modded.
I am.
You sounded
All right,
like
well-
Christopher Walken. Like
I'm not modded, you know.
All right,
sticking
well,
to my
modded.
ass.
RebelAwakeStudios.com.
Modded, I barely know it.
All right.
All right.
Phenomenova issue 2 is coming out. Issue 1, if you want to make sure you get a first printing, make sure to buy from my website. I've got King Con in New Jersey tomorrow. I'm just going to be walking around, not tabling. And then Anime Wild. I'm seeing if I could catch some weeb customers. I will in New Jersey. We'll see. Allie and I have a book that we're doing called Reapers in Pursuit. Again, if you join my email list, you'll find all things related to that. That's going to be a ton of fun. Heroes Con, I'm hoping I get accepted. Regardless, I'll be there. But me and Battsauce are hopefully going to be tabling together there. So that'll be a lot of fun. So great things in the work. Just join my email list and keep up to date on all that good stuff. We got great stuff coming. Yeah.
we know what's on Bun's mind.
What?
All right. Good luck with everything, man.
Oh, it's
Rooting
up
for
to
you.
my channel, by the way. Awesome.
Yes, I'll put the
Vaughn
link in
Coleman.
there as well. And we always save the guest for last. Well, then me, because it's my show. Theo.
What's up, everybody? My name is Theo Snodgrass. I do stand-up comedy, but I also host the Touchgrass podcast with Theo Snodgrass. That's 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, God's time, over on my YouTube channel. That's where you got to catch that. I appear on a ton of podcasts. Like I appear on the weekly Rogues Gallery. I appear on the weekend Rogues Gallery. I appear on Insert Title Here. That's on right after this, on Drunk Emerald Arrow's show. I play D&D sometimes online. And you know what? I'm traveling all over the country doing stand-up comedy. I post clips of that. Oh, also, I put paywalled content on my Patreon. And you know what? I sell incredible merch on my merch store. And I know what you're thinking. Theo, there's so much that you're doing. You're everywhere. You're an international man of mystery. How am I supposed to keep track of everything? Well, I'll tell you, people, you got to follow me. You got to follow me on Twitter. You got to follow me on Instagram. You got to follow me on YouTube. You know, you got to watch my show. You know, you got to follow me around on tour if you like me enough. I'll probably be into that. So whatever you're into, I'm into it. I want to be a part of your world.
Is it called Touch Grass because of your last name?
Yes, it is. It is also a pun. Yes.
Oh.
I'm glad you caught that. I can tell you're a writer.
That's what I thought.
All right, links are in the chat. And now for our guest this evening, Allie. Thanks for hanging out. You're welcome back anytime. Where can people find you?
I'm surprised that I am welcome back, but thank you. I apologize to everyone.
It was fun.
I don't think I've ever shut up in my entire life, so that's sorry. You can find me. I put my links there, and Vaughn kind of already said that we're doing a book together right now, but I also have 2 books right now that you can buy that are on my Etsy store. I have my book Wild Men, which has been known to give grown men nightmares. Vaughn hasn't read it yet because he's scared.
No, I just haven't had the time.
He's scared. And because I gave it to one friend and he got halfway through it and he had to put it down because it scared him so much. So
Was it Strider?
No. It was actually Will Perdomo, the writer of Black Flag. Dan Frega's Black Flag. It was actually him. He was afraid of my book. And then I also have a kid's book that is not scary that you can buy that is it's a drawing prompt book that they can like draw in. So yeah. But mostly what I do is right now is my comic called Egg Beater that's coming out, and then I have one kid's book coming out, and then I also have an epic fantasy coming out. So I'm writing a lot, kind of like Mr. Grass. I'm doing a lot of stuff as well. So yeah, but I have a Twitter that you can follow, and then anything to buy is probably going to be on my Etsy. I will be also at Heroes Con, although I don't know if I'll have a booth. I'm on the list, but they had over 1,000 people just want to be in only Artist Alley. So not me. I'm not an artist. I'm a writer. I'm talking about the place at conventions. Yeah. So I'll hopefully be there and be able to see people. I did sign Vaughn's copy of the book as well, but he's too scared to read it. He probably doesn't even know what I signed it on. Shake it in your widow boots. It's not even that long of a book. That's how I know he hasn't read it. Can you read? I'm not even sure he can read. Maybe that's the problem.
I can.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
But
Allie,
yes,
what
thank
about
you.
what about the Rotting
What?
Crown? Wait, is that the epic
Oh,
one you're working on?
that's the
Or-
epic fantasy. Yeah, the Rutting Crown. I usually talk about it every other Monday with Rainy, but the Rutting Crown is about halfway done. That one I used to have free samples to read, but I took them down. I might put them back. I don't know. But I have on my YouTube channel, I do have little spots of all the characters that people can see right now. For that, I made a language for that that you can learn, and Rainy drew a map for it recently. That's pretty fun. I'm kind of redoing that whole part of my website and everything. So right now it's kind of hard to look at it. And then I have a middle grade kids book that is very close to being done. That one is about a girl from 1998 who is taken into the past to World War I, where she has to solve a ghost murder and also figure out how to get herself back home. And that one, I started that one because I'm a homeschool mom, and I was like, oh my God, I don't have anything my kid can read of my writing. So I should probably do that. Because nothing that I write, she's allowed to read until after I die. So, because I don't want her to think things.
Not till you're married. For 10
No,
years.
till after I die.
It's one way to avoid a conversation.
Well, because it's I don't. Cause okay, I'm not that kind of woman. I'm not writing romance, or erotica.
No
Or
smut.
any of that stuff. It's just it's quite dark, and people are a little freaked out by it. So, yeah. In fact, recently someone told me that I have the spirit of death hovering about me, and that's why I wrote dark stuff. And I was like, thanks, I guess. But yeah, that was weird. But it was because she's like, oh, you're related to the guy who founded Fort Lauderdale, and he killed Indians. Therefore, you have the spirit of death. And I was like, he actually didn't kill any Indians, but sure, I am related to him, but he didn't kill anybody. He just went down there to find their trails, which was funny. But yeah, you can find me. I put some of my links in the private chat. I don't know if you put them in the chat, but yeah, I'm on
Got 'em.
Twitter and YouTube. Just doing stuff, talking about things, and writing my books. I'm a ghostwriter. I'm an editor. I'm a proofreader. I have super low prices because I really believe in indie. And
Nice.
I know a lot of people can't afford it. But I wish I could do it for free. I really do. But I have really low prices for doing that, so that people can have that as an option.
That's cool, because a lot of people that want to start don't know where to begin, and that's what is really intimidating. Trying to find, especially if you're a writer, trying to find editors and all that, it's a huge headache. So that's really cool.
And editing is like my superpower. I find the problems everywhere. When we went, Vaughn maybe didn't notice, but when we were in Tampa, there was a poster that we were all just walking by, and I was like, look,
No,
they
you
got a
noticed
word
it.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just like, the word is wrong on the thing.
No, you
They
were
were
going
like-
on a rant about everyone has spelling errors in their books.
absolutely.
I did notice. I chose not to acknowledge you at the time.
I saw one. I was rereading this sci-fi book that this Ray Bradbury collection of like short stories, and I was like, oh, there's a period missing. Like that's wrong, and it just that's my life. So if I can kind of remove some of that tension that I'm experiencing from seeing all of these errors around me constantly, then I will.
Good to know. Might hire you for something. Well, you're gonna do my short stories anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
The Reapers in Pursuit is gonna be flawless because I did a bunch of short stories. One was narwhals, and I have like PTSD from editing Narwhal's book or Narwhal's story. So it can be done, and I will fix it, and it will look perfect when I'm done. But the process is fun.
okay. Well, you have fun with that. That's good.
Yeah, that does
I
not
do,
sound like fun
especially
to me,
when it's
but-
done, and I can sit back and look at what I have fixed.
All right, that's good.
It's all better
See,
now.
so next time you get annoyed with the girl critiquing the grammar and the street sign, Vaughn, remember.
I didn't get annoyed. I was.
Where would you be without people like that?
Oh, yeah, we're hiring you.
It happens all
right,
the time,
and-
though. I see it on people's websites. I see it on campaign pages. Like, it drives me
Oh, wow.
insane. And I point it out every
What up,
time,
John?
and everyone gets all weird and butthurt. And I'm just like, well, if you had asked me, that wouldn't be there.
All right.
And producer wife Selena, do you have anything coming up? Can't remember if you got
have-
anything scheduled.
Oh yeah, I've got Touch Grass tomorrow morning with Theo
Right.
Snodgrass at 11 a.m. Yes, I've got that. I might possibly join Drunken over on his channel in a bit. I'm not sure. I'm probably gonna go work. I'm not gonna lie. It's busy. It's Friday night. I hate always skipping out on him, but you know it's already almost 9 o'clock. So, but yeah, let's see what else I got going. You can find me on the weekly Rogues Gallery on Wednesday nights, 5:35 p.m. PST, as well as the weekend Rogues Gallery. And yeah, I think that's it. Good show, guys.
All right. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I like, we had some topics planned, but I'm actually glad we didn't do any of them. I haven't gotten to just revisit just the horror topic in a while, so that was a lot of fun. I really did enjoy the show.
Topics that were planned.
Nah. Some stupid show on Netflix. That's about it.
Okay.
Oh, the one about young Ryan Kinnell?
Pretty much. Yeah. So if I go into it now, we'll be here for another hour. So we might save that for another time.
No, it was a fun show.
Yeah, no, I'm not even. I like the topics for the show is my least favorite part, honestly. So I like when things happen more organically and we just have a good conversation naturally. So this is kind of because I've talked about a lot of these guys behind the scenes trying to find an identity for this show can be tough because I don't just want to. They're F&T's good at what they do. Everybody's doing like the entertainment news and they're better at it than me, and they have the autism to actually look at stuff that I don't, care that much about. So just doing this kind of thing, a lot of fun. Let's see. So real quick, you can find me tomorrow morning over on Sammy 3Pete's channel for the Bat Cave, where we take a intellectual approach into the lore and history of Batman and comics and other media. I'll be over there with Drunken Emeraldero at 8:30 a.m. PST. So just adjust that as you will. I'll also be over with Selena over on Theo Snodgrass's channel for Touch Grass at 11 a.m. PST. That will be fun as well. Let's see, anything else? Weekly Rogues Gallery at Wednesdays at 5:35 p.m. PST, and now the Weekend Rogues Gallery every Friday, just like normal. I will post a link to the Discord that Arza has set up. We're trying to build that up. So for anyone, I wouldn't have done a Discord if it weren't for Arza, but he actually figured that out and was nice enough to make everything work. So now what we're doing is allowing anybody that doesn't want to have their own Discord, or like me, it was too difficult. You can create your own sub channel in there. Just get approval from Arza or myself, and we'll be happy to bring you on if you want. Otherwise, just come hang out. We're trying to make that enjoyable. Let's see what else. I do Curse of Strahd every other Saturday when I feel like it. He's not even there. I can't get the. It's no fun picking on Nate when he doesn't. Like, you can't see his face to make fun of him. It's stupid.
I
face.
disagree. I think picking on Nate is always fun.
Oh.
I want to apologize to John's Longbox in the chat really quick, because he said he wanted me to edit and then check that I got his PDF. I did get it, and I'm super sorry. It your messages had gone down in my DMs, because lately I got a whole bunch. So I'm super sorry, but I will look at it. Thank you. I didn't want him to think that I was rude. Sorry.
No worries. No, that's fine.
She is
no,
also
John's.
rude,
I
by the
really
way.
can't wait to get John on the show sometime. I think we stream over each other, so it's a little hard to schedule. But John, I'd like to be on your show sometime, and I'll go hang out with you sometime. Just let me know. All right. And the last thing to talk about, like I said earlier, I am doing voiceover work over on the Mr. Burger Show. It's going to be a 30-minute animated comedy series from Mr. Burger and Nerd Media. And it will, the goal is to have it streaming on major platforms like Prime Video, Freevee, Tubi, and more. So go check out the Kickstarter. I'll put the link in the description, and we'll close out. I'll show a quick clip he sent me. And this is a first for me seeing it as well. So that's how we'll end the show. And that way I don't have to worry about finding a closing clip or doing a hard close. So let me get that pulled up, and we'll see everybody next time. Here we go. Enjoy.
You do not have to garbage coming out of Hollywood. Support the Mr. Burger Show and everything Nerd Nation Media puts out. Support all of our projects and Indiegogo by signing up for the pre-launch campaign. Don't give your money to woke Hollywood. Support cartoons and films that support you. Support entertainment without agenda. Nerd Nation Media makes cartoons and live action films for pure entertainment and fun. No lecturing, no preaching, and no woke politically correct garbage.
Follow and like us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Click the link to support us on Indiegogo. Like, share, and subscribe now.
Nerd Nation Media.
All right. Well, I thought that'd actually be a clip of the cartoon. Sorry, but that was cool. Go follow Mr. Burger. I'll put the links in the chat. Paid programming from Mr. Burger. Mr. Hobo. All right, guys. We'll see you all Wednesday, and have a good night. See everybody who's going to hang out over on insert title here. We may or may not be joining as well. See everybody. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Start out after all.